should be okay from here, no?
I'm just gonna get back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't. Sorry. Green. I didn't do it. Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, hi. Welcome back. You were here last week for you wrote a helping shot. Yeah, is he coming? No. Okay. Very good to see you.
Oh, I know.
Well, it's all penalty, so. Yeah, that's what it is.
Just, we'll be seeing him on the second, on Tuesday. We're just seeing him for that. Cody, you want to hire or not? Do you want lights on or no?
It doesn't matter to me. If everybody wants them on, we can put them on, otherwise.
Yeah.
Can Sean just hand it back to you then when it's signed?
Yeah? What do you think he's got to sign?
No, he's going to take it tonight and do it.
Okay, yeah, he can send it back to me. Whatever works.
So yeah, just get it, scan it back. And then he'll give me a copy on Tuesday. Hey guys. How are you doing?
I'll take the quarter here.
Okay. I don't think anybody's going to want to say something. It's going to go back to the
How are you? Good, how are you? Yeah, I would. I'll stare at my face. Are you doing some coaching?
He's the head.
I have my yard sale going on. You just take yourself to a highlighter? Keenan was asking for
Oh, I know I should shut up. I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, you're working. That's okay. You're still working at the inland or whatever there is. Or just because it was a temporary thing? Hello. So come and find a spot to sit.
Sure. My computer is just getting ramped up here. I think I'm good.
Find a spot.
Hopefully that'll be great.
The screen's going to be in front of us over here, so you might want to find something more over here. Thank you. We're going to.
I'll see if you set up a virtual interview.
It's Josh has got. Give it to me.
Yeah, can you do it? Because I can't go on my phone.
I need to get a little bit. Greg, Bo, and Ken, I think,
Okay, so Josh. Josh, what did you send it in first?
No. Josh, let me know. I'm holding. Like I said,
It should be in that.
that's why I took the quarter. I walked in that way
I think WhatsApp, I sent it in the group. Like the group chat for you.
I never saw it. At the high school. That's good.
Too many places for it to go.
It's not a waiver in school. Yeah, great hearing.
Sorry?
Giving them too much.
Yeah. I try to hide too much. You know, hide sports. All black. I don't like big crowds like that. I try to hide it in the if the doors. Oh, you won't be able to get it.
Okay.
You did last year. Did you? Yeah. You must have posted something better. I can't eat for it for a second. Yeah. I never really know that. I do sometimes.
Did you get a? Does everybody have the coaches package printed out? Cody, you're also going to send it during
Yeah, so I'll send it all virtually to everybody later. I have a picture. You know my charger is number.
Okay, this one is here.
You can go down. Again, my computer is 15 years old, so it doesn't like to work. Yeah, it's funny how quickly a computer can get outdated. So while we are getting set up, we can all play nice with each other. So I know most of you, I actually don't know all of you, so I'm Cody, current sitting president of the Ravens board, as you know. I will be assistant coaching one of the U14 women's teams this year. This is my second/third year on board. Shadow John for 1 year. This will be my second full season as board president. Learned a lot of fun things last year. Hopefully I fine-tuned it a little bit. And I think we had a pretty smooth year last year, and I'm anticipating an even smoother one this year. Thanks everyone for coming out. I really appreciate seeing all of you. Super informal thing tonight. We have this room till 9. I do not want to stay here until 9. Hopefully we can have wrapped up by 7:30 or 8. I really like this opportunity to get everyone together and socialize more so. I really believe strongly that having a strong group of coaches connected with each other, we can interact with each other, and it makes it easier to better focus on when we get along and play nice with each other. So again, what we can do, if you wouldn't mind, so I can start my lovely right here with Mr. Schroll. If you wouldn't mind just going around introducing yourself, just name, if you want to tell me a fun fact about yourself, like either Dolphins or anything like that, and just where you are coaching or what your plans are for looking to step in. Yes.
My name is Brett Schroe. I'm the head coach of U16 girls this year. I guess I play a lot of different sports. I play hockey in the winter. I play golf in the summer. Do a lot of hiking as well.
Thanks.
Jan Wallen, I'm coaching one of the U15 women's teams, and I'm swim coach.
That is a good.
I'm Elsie. I am the administrator for the club, and I'm assistant coaching somewhere this year. I haven't decided yet. And a fun fact, I'm going to Sweden.
Oh, nice.
My name is Joel Tucker. I'm the head coach of the youth.
And a fun fact.
I've been part of the Ravens program since I was 13.
I'm John Tucker, past president and coach of the assistant coach for the U15 team under him. Fun fact on me, I'm studying half this next year between here and Vietnam.
My name is Keenan Beauchamp, and I'm I'm looking at doing some assistant coaching somewhere, not sure yet. And fun fact, I like to golf.
My name's Kevin, and I'm doing U14 girls this year. Fun fact, I was once a prime suspect in a B&E.
I don't know if you should,
Yeah. That's legit.
Yes, that's awesome. Do
I
you want to
didn't
know
talk
how
to
that
that.
turned out?
I actually don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to say it. But, my name is Josh. I'm going to be coaching one of the U15 women's teams. And I'm also the media person for Ravens. So you'll be sending your pictures to me so I can make nice posts about your
Only
team.
just your volleyball pictures.
Yes, yes. We don't need no inappropriate. Oh, fun fact. Oh boy, I lost my television. Does that work?
So you can help Kevin with his B&E thing.
I definitely.
They work together. We could coordinate.
There we go. Yeah. You give me the brain, I'll be thinking.
Okay, I'm Lori. I'm playing U14 women's team, the second one, and I don't have fun facts. I was 6 feet in grade 8.
That's a fun guy.
You're very tall.
Thank you. My name is Jordan. I think I'm assisting the U13 women. And my fun fact is I'm finishing my 4th year of my elementary ed at UWIT.
Is that your last year?
Yes.
I'm Eva, and I'm just looking to assist where I can. And fun fact about me, I was on one of his swim teams.
Oh, cool.
I'm Larry, coach the U18 men's, also technical director, so open the ball around and spend time with other coaches. Fun fact, Dawn Camp and attended this meeting done.
Hey, I want to go out here.
Trevor, head coach of the U17 men. Fun fact, I guess I smoke weed for a living.
I did this really good. Everyone has ever heard of the brick house?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I thought it was just I was like, that's a different living.
I thought I had wrong with you here.
For a living was the part of the end. I was like, that's so quiet.
I'm Aaron. Last year I was assistant coach with the U17 West girls. I think this year I'm going to be the head coach of that same team, U18. And fun fact, last year I got to fulfill a lifelong dream to go on the bride.
Nice. Wow. How did you do?
Not very good.
But you were there.
We made it.
Yeah.
My name is Jamie. I'm going to be coaching the U13 boys team. Fun fact, I was also 16 in grade 8.
Actually, there's a connection there too, right?
Yeah, we went to high school together.
Look at that. All different walks of life coming together.
I'm calling things.
Who's it? Oh, really? Yeah. Oh. There you go.
Wonderful. Well, thanks everybody. Again, super informal night, so if you have to step out, go to the bathroom, get a water, take a call. By all means, at any point, if you have a question, let me know. I'm going to share a couple things with everyone tonight. You can see you have this coach manager package. Basically, I took everything that people were asking me last year and all the random repeated questions I got. I put my brain to work and I tried to make a one-stop shop for everybody so I didn't have to get bothered as much. Simple answer. I will send this document out to everybody. It is also a work in progress. So if you notice anything that needs to be added, changed, or you think could be better in this document, please bring forward.
You're very quiet. Can you speak up? According to the people on.
Oh, people online, thank you. I will yell louder.
That was just both. Maybe it's just.
Oh. I will be coaching with both. He probably be yeah, so I have some stickers and some pins up here if anybody wants some extra stuff. But we can get going. So, again, thanks everyone for coming out. like I said, my role is president of the board. Officially elected last year. I've been running it ever since I took over from John at the start of last season. We have our vice president, Sean Ram. You heard we have Ravens West with Aaron. Sean was the head coach of that team last year. He's the vice president, but it's a lot of work doing both things. So Aaron's stepping up. So we do have one team out in Drayton Valley. That is all we had in Drayton Valley this year. Last year we had 5 teams in Drayton Valley. They have since started their own club, which is much easier for me. So yeah, that's that.
What's the age group of right now?
They're doing just a U18 team, correct? Aaron, you're U18? Yes. So we'll just be running a U18 women's team out of Drayton Valley, and it's mainly the same girls that have gone up together. So they're just finishing up with those girls. So, as a coach, we're going to be all over you for a few things. There's some things as board members we cannot do. Actually, let me back up a little second so I'm going to tell myself. Our other board members, we have our secretary is Colleen Hardy. She runs our rec program. She is not good at the moment. We have our treasurer, Candace Lau. She is a volunteer parent who's awesome for us. We have Josh, our media guy. Like he said, we like to do player of the week, all that sort of thing, and I will cover that in this document. Josh is a guy that anything you see online presence in social media, he's the guy. So if we're having live stream issues, if we're having website update issues, anything like that, that's where we go. And we do have a dedicated email for him. We have, this is an old list. We don't have a director of operations at the moment. What that role is when, not if, but when you have a parent issue. Someone's going to complain about court time, someone's going to complain that their kid isn't playing enough third sets, or that you're favoring a different kid over theirs, whatever it may be. Instead of going to me, and I have to be the problem solver, we go to a director of operations, an independent person in the club who steps up, and that's all that they do. And they will talk to the parents, they will talk to you, they'll talk to the athlete, and they will try and solve it there, kill it at that level. If they can't solve it and they're at a standstill, then I step in. I really appreciate not having to step in, so if we can find a new director of operations, if anybody knows anybody willing to step up, I would be very thankful. And until that time, it will have to rely on myself, and hopefully I can get John to volunteer to help me out with that. He's a great problem solver with that. Women's. There's a few other, we have a couple fundraising members of the board, Maggie Lamigo and Aaron Graves. They're 2 parents off of our U15 team. They are roles that we stepped up this year. We're really going to try and help out teams that want to fundraise. Our season gets going in a couple weeks here. So it's going to give us lots of time to do team bonding, fundraising. If teams want to raise extra expenses, take their team to the water park. If they want to go and travel, if they want to go to Hawaii or Asia or whatever you want to do for a fundraiser, we have those options. We are setting up through those fundraising personnel so that you can go through them and they can assist you in where to go, the best means, and how to raise the most money for your team through something like a brick house smoker. Yeah, so if I've missed anybody on the board, I'm sorry. I can't remember off the top of my head. This gentleman to my immediate right here, do you want to introduce yourself, where you're coaching, if you want a fun fact about yourself?
I can see you come in. I just sent you a text.
I'm Josh Slack. I'm the head coach for the U16 men. I'm also the senator at the U of A, so those are my main volunteer things that volunteer for the U of A.
Pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, like I said, expectations tonight. We're going to go through this coach manager package. I'm going to ramble on a little bit. If anybody wants to step in at any time, let me know. I am hoping we can be wrapped up by 8. we can sit around here and talk and BS as much as we want. You did notice we have a couple of people here looking for teams. If anybody is, I'm pretty up to speed on what teams have which coaches, but there's a lot of volleyball expertise in here, and more coaches into the club are always nice, so please talk to any of these three fine people here, and hopefully we can find them all for whoever needs one. Okay, so we'll get started with the coach and manager's package. There's going to be lots of training requirements, so the must-haves, you must get your criminal record check, get your persons and authority check done, and have your safe sport training. The way you're going to do that is, let me be clear, I cannot touch your safe sport training, your persons and authority check. Elsie and I can go in and we can see if Volleyball Alberta has rejected you or your application is paused. So when you go into Sport Lomo and you click to register, this is the nice thing about Verbal. So I'll show you where we come. Sorry, it's from the presentation we did the other night. My computer is just auto-correcting like crazy. You're going to go into Sport Lomo, so you're going to click on this register button here. You're going to see register to your club or register to Volleyball Alberta. You're going to register to the club. You are going to go down to the memberships. You're going to find Ravens Volleyball Club. There we are. And then you are going to find your role. So, for example, myself, I take a multi-role package. I register as a club president, which is something unique that only I get to do. And then I will also register as a youth competitive or youth coach, wherever it is. In there.
Top of the third line, isn't it?
Yeah, somewhere. You guys will all register as coach. So club, team, personnel, assistant coach. That would be where I would go as an assistant. So I would click those two options. It'll take me to the next page. If you're head coaching, you will register as head coach. My eyes are failing me right now, but that's where it will be.
Yeah, third one down on the third line, right?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Right there. So you click that. You click register. It'll take you to your Sport Lomo, which is your own unique individual account, and you will register through there. So I have a different portal that I can go through, and I can see if your criminal record check has been rejected, if you have outstanding safe sport training requirements, and outstanding person and authority. I cannot do anything about it. I can pass that information along to you. I cannot do anything in regards to your training. We need to make that very clear because we'll get a lot of questions. We find people saying, well, how come I'm not approved? Why hasn't Mike Lynn approved me and I'm just sitting here and I did this 2 weeks ago, and we'll say you have to do your safe sport. Well, can't you guys approve it? We cannot do a thing. So we will communicate that information to you. The websites that you need to go to, you can view your portal for an individual coach of what you have on coach.ca. See, you guys can see how qualified I am. So this is what this page looks like. Under here, you can go to your status, I believe. It'll load eventually. And this is your pathway. So right now I'm going to be a development coach, which would be a level 1 coach. So for my foundations of volleyball, you can see I've registered and I have completed it. I have gotten to the point where I can register for my evaluation, but I have not completed my evaluation. This is where you see, so if you have an X over this making ethical divisions or decisions, this is where it could come into nationals, that it could be an issue if you are not qualified. Because they're making everyone who goes to nationals have this making ethical decisions.
Assistant and head.
Assistant and
Who's
head
ever
coach.
on the bench?
Yeah. You can challenge this. There is an audit evaluation and there is a workshop. Yeah, it's right here. There's this training workshop. So I have not completed the workshop. I just did the evaluation and passed it. Just a little brag. And that's where I'm at. If you have access here, this is where all the locker and information pulls from. So, and they're all linked together.
Did VA not just send something out the other day that said there's an advance in a development camp, training session
Yes.
happening right away here?
I didn't see it, but
They're having 5 of both, it looked like.
Yeah, so
Between now and into October.
Yeah.
Okay.
So an opportunity to go get your, if you haven't got it done, get in there and get it done.
And they usually do them partially online, so it's just, what was it, 2 days? 2 days in online meeting type stuff.
Thanks, yeah, so I'll look into that. I can send all that information out to anyone who needs it. A big thing about the criminal record check, VA is really cracking down on this year. If your criminal record check expires by May of 2026, they will not approve you as a coach. So you need to figure out when the last time you did it was, and you need to get that sorted out. I can show 3 years.
As long as it's in that time frame they're looking for, right? Because I know Kevin and I got hung up last year, they wouldn't approve us because we were due in January.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't approve us in the fall because we were coming to renewal, so, yeah.
So yeah, any questions on any of that?
Now there is a fee for some of that, right?
Yeah, all those fees are covered. So any fees related to your making ethical decisions, your criminal background check, you'll have to pay up front. We do e-transfers now with our treasurer. We'll get your email, we'll send it off, we'll reimburse you as fast as we can. Talk a bit about the e-transfers in a bit, because of course you all want to get paid for your expenses. And we're streamlining it as best as we can, but we'll get there.
So when you do your sterling back check, make sure that you share it with Volleyball Alberta.
Yeah, so
So you need to be able to go in, do your stuff, and then have it available for Volleyball Alberta and to go back and look at it.
you can see these 2 sterling marks right here. So if you read nice and carefully, there's a start my check and there's a user login. I have already done my back check, so I'm just going to go log in as the user. I want to see when mine expires because I know I have 3 years. Thankfully, my computer saves everything. So I think it's here. I'm going to log in. There we go. So I have one Spruce Grove Minor Hockey done in 2018. I have one requested and shared by Volleyball Alberta. I did mine in 2023, December 12th, so I am good till December 12th, 2026. Next year, at this time, I will have to redo mine or else I will not get approved. You also have the locker. Locker is where you do a lot of e-learning and courses. You can see you have these all-time points. You do have to maintain a certain amount of training to keep coaching. I think it's 11 points. I don't remember the time frame and how often, but basically they just want to know that you keep learning. So every once in a while, go on if you're bored, take a course, do it. For doing your Say Sport training, this is where it will take you. And it is right here, this Say Sport training. A lot of times, you go in, you select it, what you want to do, you continue, go through there, complete it. You can see under completed training, this is what I've done. So I have Say Sport with no direct athlete, Say Sport with direct athlete, decision making, and Say Sport. Those are the 3 modules. If you do not have those 2 modules, and say you forget to click something at the end, click finish, and you just close the window and it doesn't save, it will not show up under completed. Volleyball Alberta will flag you, and you will not be approved as coach in the bench. I also have these other courses are good. Making headway in sport. There's my making ethical decisions online evaluation, and here's emergency action plan training.
Where does the confessional one come in? Is that one of its own?
Yeah, that's where you're in CCC.
Yeah, so that's how easy it is to get in there. The hardest part is remembering your login. Mine's
saves. That's how I cheat the system. Does anybody have any questions on requirements, training, what they need to do? This is the big thing that's going to hang a lot of people up. So I just want to make sure everyone's okay. If you're not, now is the time. You got John, myself, and Elsie here to really learn if he wants to ask and add anything.
Not about the computer.
Good. Okay, and again, I will send this all out. All you gotta do is click these links, it'll direct you right to those sites. Money. Honorariums. So we've sat down as a board and we have kind of come up with some general guidelines for how much money we get to pay everybody. These are all worked into our season fees. Honorariums are not guaranteed. It's not a guaranteed payday you get. If you show up to one practice all year, no premieres, and you say, I'm going to make $1,500 this year. This is great. No. This is the power we have as a board to make sure that we're getting value out of you two, our team, and our athletes. So you can see right here, head coaches, we have a range of $1,500 to $3,000. $1,500 would be a U12 team. $3,000 would be a U18 team. The reason we've done that is we could have a advanced development coach or a level 2 coach coaching a U12 team, making $3,000 if we base it on qualifications alone. U12 has a round robin worth of premiers. They do 2 premiers and 1 provincials, all in the area. And I don't know if they do provincials. They have a lot less tournaments with a lot less requirements. U18 has a level 2 coach needed. It has 3 premiers, a provincials, and most likely a nationals. So there's significant difference in what is required of the coach. And those athletes are training at a much higher level. U12 can be stressful with triple balls, but those are the guidelines we've come up with. Assistant coaches, we're going to range from $250 to $1,250. Now, I want to make it clear, these are the guidelines we set out as a board, just so we can budget for teams. It doesn't mean that assistant coach isn't going to get $2,500. If the head coach wants to split his honorarium up differently, say 2 coaches each take or 3 coaches each take $1,500, that's okay. As a board, we're fine with that. But we cannot come out saying that an assistant coach is going to make more than a head coach at any level. Because as head coaches, you all know it, there's a lot of demand. And you are the one, if your team is struggling or the parents are pissed off, they're coming for your head, not the assistant coaches. So it's a lot more, not risk, but responsibility. The power we have as a board, again, if you are not showing up to practices, you don't care, you show up to practice, you throw a ball on the floor, you say, I don't know, figure it out. You're not providing any value to us as a club. We're trying to be the competitive volleyball club in the area. I take great pride knowing that if you look at any other club in this remote area, we are the strongest club, I feel. You factor in Riot, Fortress, Warriors. We have tons of clubs. Yeah, sure, we've run into some competition with the city, but we are a very elite club and I take a lot of pride in it. So I want to make sure that these athletes are getting value for what they pay for. And the parents more so we don't get yelled at. Any questions on honorariums, talking points? Again, if anybody has any suggestions or criticism, please, this is the time to bring it forward.
Point 5, you're Cody. Do you want to move over?
Over what, sorry?
Point 5. Elections may be made from
Yeah, so, I didn't read that part. Thanks. So, when we do have the budget, we have an extra tournaments athlete training line and development line. And what that basically is, we budget about $100 per athlete to do extra stuff. It comes out to about $1,200 per team. In that line, it's such things like extra tournaments. So if I want to go to a Westlock tournament, it's a $350 entry fee. That's where that would come from out of the budget. So if you want to go do 3 tournaments at $350, that pretty much eats up your extra training budget. So if you do 3 tournaments and then you say, well, I want to go take my team to the water park with that extra money, well, that's going to be $600 more now. That's going to be, say, $600, but you've already used all that. So if you're excessively going over, and as a club we are losing money, we understand we're going to lose money in some areas and make money in other areas. The budget isn't perfect. But if we find that your expenses, you are going out and your premier expenses are way too much, you eat like Kevin Chirac and you have lobster every night, then
I don't even eat the
Oh,
lobster.
you throw stuff.
yeah, he just throws it out.
Yeah.
It's that's where we're going to take it. We didn't take any honorariums from anybody last year, and we had some interesting situations. It's not a threat. I'm not trying to scare everybody, but it's the power we have as a board just to say, hey, we would really appreciate if you did your best to coach these kids and try. I guarantee if everyone in here tries their best, no honorariums will be taken. And if we notice, we won't probably notice, but if we see you're doing 5, 6 tournaments, then we have to recover that money.
And you can do 5 or 6 tournaments, just do a cash call. Get your parents to all pay for those tournaments.
Fundraising.
Yeah, do something. Right?
Yeah. Budget was.
Sorry, Jack.
Can we, like when they pay up front, can we add in more money? No?
Definitely. So if you're saying, I'm looking into a couple programs, I'm talking with a couple companies right now. I'm really trying to push the mental health coaching this year through a third party. And a couple of those options have been, I can get budgeted in at least say 1 session per month per team. But a lot of these companies say, well, we can also do physical training, nutrition, and all these other plans. It only costs $28 per session per athlete. I'm getting some team prices, I said, no. So say a team does want to do that. Say you want to have workouts once a week with an external organization. We can work that into that extra training, so you don't have to do a cash call, and the budgeted change will only affect your team. So most definitely, or if you know that.
When do we need that into you guys by?
So the budget timeline is we are going through chaos of September. Once we know all of our teams, we confirmed on roughly how many athletes and what each team looks like, and you as coaches feel what your expectations for the season look like and where you want to finish, how hard you want to push your team, what you want to deliver to these athletes. We can then say, okay, Jen, if you want to do that extra training, we have it offered. How much you want to do, we can work with you, and at the end of September, early October, we'll try and finalize that budget so you can get your team staff registered, and you'll have those costs all
Won't that be a little late? Like, all these parents are going to ask how much it's going to cost right off the get-go.
We can give pretty good approximations. Josh has been good about updating the site for how much.
And it's not going to be a significant amount of difference. I mean, if you're saying that you're ranging between $2,300 and $2,500 per athlete, and then you decide you're going to do a little bit of trade, it's probably going to be a bit lower than the $2,500. So we give that range, so there is a sticker shock, right?
Yeah, so like here we can say, say Kevin Chirac's team, roughly, it's probably going to be around $1,500. So we keep in the area, and when you all fill out your LOIs, thank you, Larry. When you give your athletes the LOIs, there is a specific portion on there that says how much do you think the season fees will be, so that when they sign they are accepting, go high. If this says $1,500, put $1,800 on your LOI. That way, if you get it and a budget comes in around $1,600, they say $200, they're happy. But that's where if you're thinking as a coach, I want to get some extra training, probably do a bit more. My team fees will probably be up a bit more. Elsie and myself and Candace the treasurer we'll work through it any chance we can to really fine tune that number to make sure.
And this doesn't factor in.
This does.
This does.
This does, yes.
Well, that
U13, so you'll see U13 doesn't have nationals. U14 does, and we're up at around 1750.
That's just the registration portion.
Yeah. Yeah. And then same thing right up to like, so your team Jan's budget is just shy of 2,000.
And it's only our team that's travels this year that I've got talking to parents about, right?
Oh, because you're U15. Yes.
Well, we will all travel for nationals.
Well, it's Calgary, but we're not Calgary.
No. U14 doesn't travel. U15 travels cross country.
No, we go across the country.
U16 to 18 is in Calgary.
And then,
so,
they were Mississauga.
Cody,
yes.
from last year to this year, how much, like, looking at all the funds that came in and all the revenue and all the expenses, how much do you think per team the cost will go up from last year? If it was $1,500 for like 14 last year?
Honestly, I see us being very comparable to last year. I don't anticipate fees raising too much. The external third party of the mental health coaching will raise it a bit.
Yeah.
But
you're looking at doing that as a club?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we would work that into everyone and share it as a club expense.
Okay. And I added, just so everyone knows, I already added $200 to each team. Last year's like registration for your team last year was $1,700. I already upped it to $1,900. So if you even add another $200 to that, you should be got a lot of us.
Everybody was with our club last year. You two, I don't think would have been, right? No. Kids gone. Yeah. I can tell you just from talking to this net, I think we were about $800 cheaper than SAS. We were equivalent with Warriors, but they didn't factor in premiers and provincial registration costs into it. And let me tell you, those tournaments are about $900 per tournament. They are not cheap. Nationals is about $1,600 to register and express interest. They're significant costs. So financially, we are the most affordable club, which is fantastic. And
we offer a good program.
And we are the most we're best. So this is the Nationals schedule. No, before.
I got two questions. So when the budget's finalized, we'll get a full breakdown of what the budget is for each team as coaches.
Parents need to know. So at the AGM, the treasurer will we'll go over everything, and she can break it down how she got to those numbers. There's not really an amount that comes out that we say, Brett, you can spend $1,500 on extra stuff this year. And that's it. That's a hard number. It's really an estimate.
So historically, Brett, I was responsible for it for the last 5 years, so I've got a better even way to look at this. We based taken the numbers from the years before and then built them out for the following years as an overall for the club. So there's an overall administration. There's different allotments for travel that we have to make a lot of assumptions around, how much hotels are going to cost for the coaches, what those numbers look like, additional training, additional gym time. So those pots are there. You can end up going over in certain pots, and she's able to take it and slide money out of spots maybe you're not getting there. So it's not a straight, this is all you have on this line. I know one of the teams last year or 2 years ago when I was just finishing the budget over here, there was a lot of extras. One of the teams that year, and it looks, when they did the budget, looked really weird because they actually went to Arizona. They raised a bunch of funds and everything else. So when you look at our travel costs as a club, we have to pull that out when we do that balanced budget, right? So she's really, he's got it up there. So this is the line items that we have, and then there's even breakdowns within those line items, but those are the main line items. And sometimes you'll get questions from parents, well, why is that one so high, or why is this one so high? So sometimes it can get a little overwhelming if you just say, here's your whole budget, and if you don't know let's build those numbers.
This is where it is. So this is just a mock budget for this year. It's something we set up just to get the formulas in place and establish some guidelines based on last year. So what our treasurer Candace is doing is, and this is why it's so important to get receipts into her, because she built a table off of all of last year's expenses. She tracked every expense that everyone sent into her. She built a table and a pivot table off of it, and she put, okay, this team spent this much on this. The club spent this much on club apparel equipment. And we have it all broken down. So you see, this is where you can't probably see it too well. This is where our honorariums are budgeted. We have, coach travel for premieres. Down here we have the board member VA fees that we have to pay. All sorts of different things. So you guys have really kind of estimates. Something like club equipment. We have a few $1,000s split to that, but we didn't spend it last year because we maintained it. But this year we have to spend a little bit more because we able to change some volleyball songs. And we just need to replace them, right? So, yeah, they're really specific guidelines that are being fine-tuned, but it's no hard number that this is all you get from this line.
The second question was just around the extra tournaments. So those are coming out of that extra training or tournament.
Yeah, so
whatever, but coach has expenses for those tournaments.
You betcha. We are going to cover all that because that is one issue we found last year that I didn't communicate well and I didn't understand well, and I played this all out very yeah, I will answer that very shortly.
So if it's not a premier or provincial, it's just a Westlaw tournament, and we go to that tournament, the coach's mileage.
I will cover all that.
So that's something different that we haven't done in the past.
Yeah. Okay, so we were on honorariums. Honorariums are good. Money.
Oh, so if I do take my team to Lloyd for an exhibition tournament, last year I just paid out of my own pocket. This year we do get reimbursed this time?
Yeah, we'll cover all that. Like I said, I put this a 3-page document together. We will definitely get over that. So that takes us to expenses and reimbursements. So last year for expenses, you would have everyone that was a coach last year would have remembered, you got to get your mileage, take a picture of your odometer if you could, get from point A to point B, how much did you drive around the city, getting all your meal receipts. It's a giant pain in the ass, and trying to budget for that is difficult. I think we were paying 68 cents a kilometer last year for total cost. What we've changed this year, we're going to go to a flat rate to really help budgeting and expenses, so we can actually, as a treasurer, she knows exactly how much she should be expecting, and she can get ready to send you an amount with your hotel on top. Sorry, my phone is going crazy. So reimbursable expenses, premiers, provincials, and nationals. The expenses eligible for reimbursement are your kilometers, your meals, and your accommodations. For meals, we were at $45 a day last year. We're upping that to $60 a day to really make sure Kevin can eat all his lobster. And basically what that covers is 2 full days of meals. It's Friday night dinner, Saturday breakfast, lunch, dinner, Sunday you get breakfast and lunch. So we know as a board, you got that $120 coming to you for meals. On top of that, we have made a flat rate to each city. So I don't know if these numbers are finalized. But for, say, if you're going from Edmonton or Great Valley to Edmonton, we will give you $420, and that covers your, so it will give you $300 to drive your car there. That should cover your gas, a little bit of wear and tear. We found that our kilometer expenses were right around that mark for the hour-and-a-half drive time. Plus, we will give you the $120. So $420 will cover your kilometers and your meals. And then on top of that, your hotel expense, whatever that is, we will reimburse that. So the only thing we need to know this year, how much was your hotel? You send your hotel receipts in, we process your claim, we reimburse you as fast as we can. We've increased, so Calgary, you can see is up at $520. Somewhere like Grand Prairie is $620.
Just a question.
Yeah.
We're staying in Calgary, but I gotta go to Okotoks to pledge.
Yes.
So it's,
So the hotel situation has changed this year. I'm not going through and doing everything with Journey. So last year, I had to get everyone's hotel sorted out with the company. And some teams wanted it, some teams didn't. And, you know, I remember the example of you 14 boys, John, you said they ended up staying in Blackfalds, I think it was, and they were playing in Innisfail.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we had no control over where the hotels were, and it handcuffed us a lot. So your kilometers are huge. This year, we are empowering you and your managers. So Canacom is the company that Volleyball Alberta has switched to this year. You go on there, you say, I need to block off 14 rooms for this premier. You have to survey your parents and get a kind of round number and get them all the information. But you'll say, hey, we need a hotel for 14 people. The advantage of doing it this way is the cost might be a little bit higher, but you get to pick where you're staying. You can pick what part of the city you're in. And Volleyball Alberta knows the schedule before anybody else, and they communicate it to these companies, Canacom. Canacom will go in and they will book every hotel in the area and hold it till 2 days before the premiere. That's why it is so hard to book a hotel. This way, you can go in and you can look at the reserved rooms, and they have rooms that I've seen last year when they were using.
Journey's Inn?
No.
the other one.
The other guys. You could get a $80 hotel with Super 8 where there might be a shooting every other day, or you can stay at Four Seasons for $500 a night. They do have a wide variety, and let's see, she said what's great actually.
Event Connect.
Yeah. Event Connect, thank you. So you'll be able to pick your hotel, and I will cover all that. But what you need to take away from this is we have flat numbers, so all we need is your hotels this year, and we will be able to reimburse you for your expenses a lot faster. We're not getting crazy, weird claims that come in. And we understand you guys want to make money off the kilometers too. We're not trying to shortchange. That's why, we up the meals to really accurately reflect it. The $60 a day for meals is pretty expensive. If you want to eat cheap and you want to pack your own food and make $115, have at it. That's okay. If you're driving to Calgary and you have a big SUV, you're probably going to pay what? $150, $200 in gas? Well, you're getting $400. So you will stand to make a bit of money there, and it's kind of a perk to you.
We encourage you to make sure that you try and do some carpooling, so there isn't 3 vehicles going to the same tournament. If you can ride with your coaches.
Yeah, so great point.
Take one vehicle.
When it comes to traveling, for each out-of-area premier provincial tournament, we will reimburse 1 car to travel per team per event for coaches. Up to a maximum of 2 hotel rooms will be covered per team per event for coaches, and meals will be covered for all coaches up to a maximum of 4. So, if everyone takes it on their car, as a club, we're going to get smoked on kilometers and costs. And it's really going to affect our bottom line. I mean, we have 14 teams with, say, 3 coaches per team. Imagine if everyone took a car down to every premier provincial. Our fees would be extraordinarily high. That's not to say you can only take 1 car. We're willing to work with you guys. If you want to say, hey, we'll take 2 or 3 cars, we'll have separate hotels, but instead of just paying the full amounts, can we just get full reimbursement on our gas? If I say gas receipts, 100% we can work with people on that. I want to work with you guys, not against you. I don't want to lay down the law. I'm just trying to give everyone a good guideline so that there's a chance to make a little bit of money for you guys if you can. We've talked about allowing for, and we didn't actually get to finish this now that I think about it, for allowing for passengers to claim as well. So if me and Jason go down to the car to Calgary, if I'm driving and he's my passenger, I'll say claim $400 because it's my car, my gas, I'm doing that, but maybe you claim $100, right? So it's something we never finished with. It's still a work in progress, but we're willing to work with you, everyone, so that everybody doesn't feel like they're getting cheated. We don't want to cheat anybody out of any entitlements that they deserve. I love having everyone as coaches. Please help me help you. I do need to double back and touch on something in a second about the honorariums. To the treasurer, after you're done, you email it to treasurer@ravensvolleyballclub.com. Her email is right here. Any receipts you need. So essentially, you'll just be sending in your hotel receipts. She'll reimburse you as quick as she can.
That's also for the training. If you take any training.
Yeah, anything you need reimbursement for.
And then you spend money for it, we'll reimburse you to go study.
If you have a different email that you use for e-transfers, send that email information so she can e-transfer. She is working on a template for an expense form, and actually at our Monday we finally figured it out how to do it. Sean, my lovely vice president, figured it out. Our tech savvy guy. Basically, we'll send you a copy of the template. You adjust it and update it towards your team. So you have a copy of it. Send it in. Easy. And it'll really help us tag what expenses are for, so that we can log it and we can really have an accurate budget. If you are going to Grand Prairie for an extra tournament for your team, and as a coach you have no kids on that team, you have nothing, and you want to claim that mileage and expenses, you most definitely can. It does come out of that extra line budget though. So you might not be able to do 3 tournaments out of town if you're making big mileage and things like that. We just won't have money. Unless you set it up at the start of the year and you know you're going to be doing a couple and you want to claim that money to go to town, then we can budget more for you. But that is where that money would come out of. So we already cover your tournament, your travel for premieres when we get the schedule on September the 2nd. But after that, it's up to you to let us know what you need as a coach. To double back for a second. Is it here? Yes. Money. So, the honorariums amount, we have the caps. We also appreciate everyone that continues to stay around. And the more years you coach with us, the more we want to pay you. So we developed a small little structure, and it's not a lot, but for every year you coach, we're going to add $50 up to the maximum amount of honorarium that we can coach. So if you've been coaching for 10 plus years, we are going to add $500 onto your honorarium. So an assistant coach can cap out at, say, $1,750. And that's how we get it, because we want kids work, we want to keep the same coaches in the program. The less years I have to go over and teach things to new coaches, the way easier my job is, the easier it is for you guys to coach, because we know how to work together, and the better we will be as a club. Those kids can stay with the same coaches, and they can continue to learn, and even if you're not with the same team. We want to compensate you for staying with us. So this is the table that we've made. We are pretty good at knowing how many years everyone's been around, and we're going to track it. Make sure you tell us before the honorarium when we're doing budgets and stuff. We might ask you, hey, how many years have you been around? Say, well, I was here in 2016, 2017, in 2018, so that's about 9 years. Now we'll say, perfect. We will add it on to how much we can pay you. The reason we made all these guidelines is so that when someone comes to us and says, well, why are you paying this person this much? Where's my money going to? Why does this coach get this much money? Now we can justify it. Now we can say this person's getting this money because these are the standards that they meet, and these are the qualifications that they have. Trying to just really justify everything. Okay. Happy so far? Does anybody need a drink or anything? Anybody have any comments or questions? Something I can fill time with while I drink? Awesome. So I need some feedback from everybody on the topic. Not everybody. If you are U14 or above, I need help from you. So, Nationals this year. Here is the recent Nationals schedule that has been released. So if we look, it's kind of all over the place. 14 girls are going out of Ottawa on April 30th. 14 girls and boys are going out of Moncton and Edmonton. And here's where it really gets spicy. Mississauga takes the 14 boys and the 15 boys on May 14th. That same time, the 17 girls are going out of the BMO Center in Calgary. Calgary also takes, well, every other age. So the 15 boys are going to get told they could have to travel again. But my default thought is that I am going to register every team for Nationals in Alberta. Last year we dealt with fallout from not registering a team for Nationals in Edmonton, and it led to some pretty big escalations of events. So I'm inclined to just register everyone and say, look, we understand it's Nationals, we understand it's during the week. We will pay and we will provide a missed work allowance into the budget for coaches, for a head coach, because the head coach is the one that has to be there. And we want to try and get these athletes into Nationals. I understand this is tough, and you guys might be saying that you don't agree with this, and if you don't, I encourage you to speak up now if you don't think people should just be registered for Nationals. I know how fun Nationals can be for these kids, and it's a big experience, and with the club, if we are not sending them to Nationals, it really impacts us because it's something that the athletes really look forward to, and if it's something we're not going to provide them, I guarantee you SAS or someone else will. Yes, sir.
What's the deadline for registration this year? Do you know?
No. I'm guessing last year, based off last year, it was December for expression of interest.
Yeah.
So expression of interest is we pay $550 to say, yep, we're interested in going. And then we have until...
But it's a lottery, right?
Yeah. Yes. You express interest and then they say, okay, we can fill this many pools with this many teams and this is how we do it. And then they start pulling teams in and registering. Typically, everyone gets registered and they find a way, but there is a chance that even though you express interest, you will not be picked to go to Nationals. It's a very slim chance, but depending on court space and everything, we don't know. Good question.
I do want my girls to go, but as the head coach, I can't go. And my assistant coach would go with my choice.
Depends on qualifications.
Okay. But we can, if she gets
if that, but they would, that assistant coach would have to have the same qualifications as the head coach. So that's the thing that there's.
Yes.
And the other thing is, I don't know, when is yours? Is it this, when we go back to the
24th,
national?
25th. We'll have to check in on it.
Where is the U18 men as opposed to the U15 girls? Okay, then go there. Right, so we'll see on your roster on Volleyball Alberta, Larry will be on everybody's coaching staff. Because Larry wants to come and sit on your bench when you're at Premier or Provincials or whatever. So if it works out and you can't make it, maybe Larry can step in and be you for that tournament.
Yeah, to add to that point, there's something called season roster lock. So there's a Premier lock and there's a season roster lock. Premier lock is about a week or 2 weeks before the Premier. You can shuffle things, you can make changes, you can add an athlete, year 2, you cannot change anything. So if you're coming on, or if you think you can go to nationals, or you don't know, or you might, but you shouldn't say anything. By Premier 2, we have to know. If we don't, we have to send a request into Volleyball Alberta. We'll probably get charged, fines will go out, and there's no benefit.
In year 2, I have to stay with Shane as the head coach, or I can be the head coach, and Shane will become the head coach of nationals.
That she's on the roster as a coach.
Okay.
Yeah, just on
As long as she has qualifications, she's good.
And Volleyball Canada won't worry about her qualifications and probably until about 3 weeks before, and then you're in trouble. That's when you get fined.
So if even I just did a quick search. Here's the 2025 coach eligibility requirements, and right here, so you can see the PIA check. So these you'll already have by being a coach. The mandatory coach requirements, so you can see we have that making headway in sport e-learning, the foundations of volleyball e-learning, and the making ethical decisions. That's the big one that will hold a lot of people up, so they don't realize they need that one. So everybody needs those, and then you can see the head coaches, they get their own special little thing. They have to successfully have completed development coach workshop. Head coaches participating in the national championship for a third year or more required to have it as certified. So they understand that you might not have been able to complete the development coach, but she should at least be caught up.
She's got to get her development.
Where you saw my, of course I closed it, you saw where I got to, where I was waiting the evaluation, get to that point. Get there so you can say, look, I have it.
I'm there already.
Yeah.
I get Shane.
Oh, for Shannon, yeah. That's where she would have to be. Okay. Any other questions on that?
Just a comment. This past nationals, I was going to miss one day.
Yep.
And my assistant coaches have the bare minimum of the qualifications, and they were able to sit in for one day. So if is your case, you won't be there at all. I don't know if that changes anything for it, but like I said, I just went to the office, said this is the deal. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. What's going to happen? And they just checked on all 3 of my assistants, and they had whatever they needed, which is, believe me, the minimum, because they just do whatever they have to do to sit on the bench. Yeah. So as far as the development coach, none of them have that. None of them have taken that course. That's the online one, right? The 2 days. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be a huge deal as long as your assistants have the minimum requirements.
Well, she'll be on there all 3 days.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I think she'll
I don't know.
And Larry can be there too, and that's not a problem.
I know I'll be there all week, it sounds like. But yours is a May long weekend. No?
15 girls go on May 24th. Oh boy.
That's a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, same as last time.
So, yeah, the big takeaway here is when this document comes out for 2026 and you guys are going to nationals, see where everyone's at. Make sure you have these mandatory coach requirements, and then we can kind of see what we can do about this all head coach paragraph. But again, this making ethical decisions, foundations of volleyball, those are big. And you got to make sure your PIAs are done, your screen disclosure, all that stuff. So, yeah. Again, here's the link to 2026 Youth Nationals. I will, as of now, be registering everybody for Calgary that is able to go. John, we can talk about Kirk. We can talk about your boys, what you guys plan on doing. You're getting screwed 7 years in a row.
That's something good.
Yeah.
It's very fast to be, that's good.
Yeah, we'll just take it after the team's set. That'll be the first question with parents, and I'll get some budgets together. What it looks like for us and that.
Sure.
And everybody wants to go in December. Everybody wants
Well,
to
they
go in
the
December.
group, depending on how many guys are returning, because a bunch of them were decided about halfway through the year that, can we still do nationals? And it was like, no. It's like,
yeah. So if anybody has any issue and they know they don't want to go to nationals or they're unsure, take me aside, talk to me, we can chat about it, and I I can tell you what I think is a good reason to go. You can tell me why you don't think you want to go, and we'll find common ground. Help me help you. The hotels for premiers and provincials. Hotels will be booked by a block booking from your manager or yourself, the head coach. You need to survey the parents, see how many numbers of room you need, how many rooms that you need. I don't know why I said for 14 days. You are not going to be there for 14 days.
I saw them.
Yeah. I think I found my first typo.
I think you meant 14
Size.
Well, I think I meant 14 rooms in 3 days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't mind that. As I said, this is a work in progress, this document. For 3 days for 14 rooms. There you go. Yeah, you're probably going to need about 14 rooms. You'll have some parents that need multiple rooms. You'll have some people that might share. Figure out the numbers on your team. Get a rough guideline. And you can even book 16 rooms off in a block booking if you want. If grandma and grandpa want to come down and book it. But you just need to have that number blocked off. They typically open through December. Again, this is the Canacom link. They don't have it up yet because they just switched on the DA site. Last year they had a portal right on DA that you go and you went through. I figured it out in about 3 minutes with Elsie. I'm confident that all of you can do it as well. Yeah, this will really help too. For those of you who remember last year, VA thought it would be fun to switch up the power pool rankings and where everyone played, and you didn't find out where your next premier was until about a week or two before. This will really help with that issue so that if you last minute get sidetracked to Grand Prairie or Red Deer, chances are you'll have rooms blocked off for you already. And you can go through that portal. Whereas with Journey, we had no idea. We couldn't plan for it. It was a nightmare. John, you used Internet last year, right? There was an extra charge, I believe, as well, the $25. Yeah, so be aware there might be an extra charge when you go to the hotel. That will all be refunded to you. Your parents might be a little upset, but this is the price you have to pay for dealing with volleyball at our office. Budget allowances. The extra budget line, like you're showing in the mock budget there, that's where we capture all of the team bonding. If you want to order pizza for your practice and you don't want to pay for it, extra tournaments, travel reimbursement for the coaches, anything that would be an extra expense. If you want to do extra training and you want to bring extra coaching that you want to give $150, $200, $500 to, that's fine. That's where it comes out of, is that extra allowances line. Kind of be cognizant of it, that you have roughly $100 per athlete. If everyone gives me feedback that you guys think you want more, and I get enough consensus, 100% we can raise that. I'm just trying to keep this at an appropriate level for now. Josh, do you have a form you want form? We have paper printouts. Do you have an extra printout? Well, you shouldn't cheat school. Any questions about finances, anything like that? All good, square. Again, the big takeaway here is we're going to try and keep money in your pocket. We're going to try and keep the club level and not losing money. And we're trying to keep our fees affordable, reasonable, because a lot of clubs are coming in and they're coming in as first year clubs with low-ish fees, and then they realize how much expenses go into it, and they're bumping their fees way up. And we are just maintaining a nice amount. So that's where our strength is really going to come through, I believe. Equipment, fun stuff. We're going to give everyone 12 volleyballs that are appropriate to your age class, 2 ball bags, a ball cart, and a team backpack with first aid kit. In that first aid kit, we can also get you a bunch of tape, so you can tape up ankles, fingers, heads, whatever you see fit. We do have some extra equipment that I think doesn't get used enough, so I've tried to start listing stuff here, and I already see one that we're missing. So we have a jump trainer. That's where you see everyone jumping up, so you know how high they can hit and hitting the bars. It's a great thing to do at the start of the year, the end of the year, if you want to show your athletes how they're progressing. A lot of them feel like they're getting worse over the year. As a coach, you know that they're getting better. This is a way of proving to them that they are in fact getting better. We have heavy setting balls. So it's just a setting ball that's weighted, so they really get the strength built up in their hands and arms. We have pylons, resistance bands. We have a bow net. That's a big target net that they can pass to. You can set up right on the court. We also have a couple of skipping ropes, small skipping ropes. If there is any other equipment that you think would benefit your team and your coaching and training style, bring it forward. We budget in the club to buy new equipment. Again, I have to buy some balls, and I'm so sick and tired of those hammock ball carts, as I feel everyone probably is. You have to set them up, take them down, rip them all the time. So I'm going to try and buy some more of the baskets, thank you. But we do have money to buy training aids. So if there's something you feel would benefit your team, let us know. The club can look at buying it for you, and we can share the wealth with everyone, and you can use it for your team. If you do want additional equipment, that fine lady is the one to ask, or you can bring it up to myself. I'm much less pleasant to deal with. First aid supplies. If you do use up first aid supplies, I don't expect you to pay for everything and restock it. Let me know. We have extra first aid kits. Ice packs are a big one. We can probably go through 5 ice packs on Premier. I think we just bought a sea can this year. So John was awesome to procure that for us. And we have, I think, probably 150 to 200 ice packs sitting there. They will expire, so tell me how many you need, and I will get them all to you and order some more. Gary, you see how many you can take.
I'm going to be 38. You know what, I'm making 30.
As coaches, you're getting old. You get an ice pack, take one for yourself, too. Put it under your seat, sitting on the bench at a Premier, and just cool off. Under your arm. Yeah, under your arm somewhere.
If by chance you have equipment out, first of all, if you lose a ball, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know when you lost it and the venue you lost that, because the schools will go in, and even Seville Center goes in once a year-ish kind of thing, and recuperates all those balls that are stuck up in the ceilings and stuff. If we know, we can contact them and say, you've got one of our balls. Make sure the writing is on there, that they know it's Ravens.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go to Seville and buy them cheap, like $5, but still makes things just decide.
These balls are crazy expensive too. I don't know if everyone realizes it. We get a discount. We pay $81 per volleyball. Stuff happens. I get it. But to Elsie's point, let us know quick, because even myself, I lost 2 balls up in Blueberry last year. I told Elsie. Blueberry said, "Oh, I think this is actually a good time to go get balls." I had the balls back in the next practice because they thought, yeah, that's right. Maybe we should use this as an excuse to get up there and get it. Didn't cost us anything. We got our volleyballs back.
If your ball cart's tearing or seams are coming apart or whatever, again, let us know. We can repair that or plan on getting a new one. Don't get it back at the end of the year with a wheel missing and a hole in the bottom. It's too late by then. Let us keep you with good equipment by letting us know what's happening.
You guys shouldn't have to sacrifice quality of life to be coaches and think, well, we have cheap fees, so we got to use these shitty ball carts and all this. No, we will get you what you need. We want to do everything we can to set you up for success. If you succeed, our athletes succeed. And if our athletes succeed, our club is overall successful, and that makes everyone's life easy. Easier. We'll do a club pickup and return day. We're going to really try and do it. I tried to do a club return day last year, but I'm finding with the distance of nationals especially, and people trying to run camps and using extra equipment here and there, it makes it really tough. But we are going to try and set up a day at least for pickup. We'll bring the gear all somewhere. I have all of the volleyballs deflated sitting in a sea container right now. We will have to blow them up, and I do have a pump bought by the club, so when we do a budget a bit of time, say 45 minutes to an hour, come out, pick everything up, we'll blow up all the balls, get you all set up, and we'll be happy. We will figure out where to do that. Club return of equipment. Basically, we're going to try and put a late fee. So if I'm trying to give you an honorarium check and get your equipment back, and you're in Vegas this week, and then you forget next week, and whatever excuse you want to make, we're going to start removing $100 per week within reason that you do not bring that money or that equipment back, because we need it. I personally will go out and deflate everything and sit everything in the seat container and take up my time to do it. And if I have to make multiple trips to do it, it's a gigantic pain in my ass.
There's not only that, sometimes coaches, they finish the season and then they move.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, we lose equipment because we don't know where they went. And coaches don't come back. So there's stuff out there in the community that should be in our possession, and it's not just because of lack of communication. So if we can keep a tight handle on this, we'll do that for everybody.
The more stuff we lose, the higher we have to make our fees. So we like
And you don't want to store 12 balls anyway.
Yeah. The sign out day, we were talking, I think mid-October. Yeah, mid-October sometime. What we'll probably do is we will go to Living Waters. We should all pretty much know our teams by then, except the U12, which is here. And we'll do all your jersey sizing there. We'll do all your apparel sizing with all your athletes. We'll give you all your equipment. You'll come in for half an hour and then you'll be gone. We don't have a firm date on that, but we will set up that date and I will definitely communicate that to everybody. We'll work on something for you. I need to get your stuff to Sean. Yeah. You guys will have to do it. What we're really hoping to do with that as well is find out what size clothes the athletes are, and we're going to do it on our form. Because I might put my information in my athletes one way on a form and think, oh, they just need to know. I just need to know what name they are and what size they are. Josh might get names and jersey numbers, but might not get sizes. So we really want to make sure we have all the same information, everything is uniform, so that we can take our information and we're not redoing it. I shouldn't say we. So Elsie isn't redoing everybody's information, making and deciphering Da Vinci's code, trying to figure it out, send it to Jumply and Sport Factor so that we can get you guys your equipment. The easier we make it, the quicker we get our orders in, the quicker you get your apparel, the happier everybody is. Stress-free, that's the name of the game we're playing here.
No, Jan just asked a good question. He asked, are we putting names on the jerseys this year, right? It takes that much longer to have that company take those uniforms and put the names on, and then there's a name spelling.
We have 150 athletes. There's statistical probability names will be spelled wrong.
Right, so it becomes just a hassle, and lots of teams.
And I think, John, you guys did it before.
When we did it, I never had a year where I didn't have at least 5 jerseys. I have to go back for spelling issues. And it was usually an issue between the transcribing from the parent or the kid when the sizing was done to the person doing the order to the company taking it. So there's always an issue in there somewhere. They would never take responsibility for the spelling error, so it's always added cost to us. So.
And even last year, I know on my own personal team with we had jersey issues where they sent us 2 number 7s. We were missing white jerseys and we got extra black jerseys. We had a hard enough time with that as is. The names just would add a complete different level of chaos.
Part of the thing, and then we ended up ordering out of that lot. The first year we went with Sport Factor, Jump Elite. We actually ordered an extra set. We actually have a spare set of jerseys, both girls and boys, because we know for a fact that when Premier 1 comes around, even without the delay, just the normal ordering time, there's a chance that we may not see those uniforms. So.
Yeah. Last year we, as a coaching staff, just said no anyways, but if enough parents or whatever athletes want names on, we can get them done every weekend. Are we allowed to, or do you want to keep the whole club the same?
On the jersey? Somewhere like put it. Like
They want to
these-
cut
Last name you do is on the bottom.
So you could add on the bottom. Yeah, you can do that.
I just don't want to do it and then we're like, well, the rest
Well,
of the club didn't.
our uniforms get,
Yeah, no.
Volleyball Alberta has to approve our uniforms.
Yeah, you would get in trouble. We would probably get in trouble for that, adding that, because we have an approved the lettering and the size of the number and the color of the numbers are all approved by Volleyball Alberta. Because we actually had our jerseys with a our white jerseys had a different the white jerseys, because we actually had a
The white outline on the numbers.
we had the number was actually white with an outline, not a full solid colored number, and they wouldn't approve that. They actually required us to have a solid color number.
So it's just easier for me to say no.
Say no.
Okay.
Tell them you can put it on their hoodies. Much better.
And then you get the thing with the girls now, with the long hair, and it's covered up the name and number anyway.
And it's advertising for the ratings. And meets work.
There's roughly 4 to 5 week turnarounds on apparel and jerseys, so just keep that in mind. The sooner you get your paperwork into us and we get that sorted, the sooner. By having that 1 day size fest, hopefully we can alleviate that issue.
And we're not going to hold up the whole club for one delinquent team. You guys will be last order. We'll send our order off for everybody else, and you guys will just have to wait for yours. So get on it.
I'm just noticing now that the rhythm of my of my subjects is all over. So if you see me jumping around, that's why, because I'm touching on multiple things. I just made this with what came to my head at the time. So we'll talk about athlete promotion recognition. We get praised by a lot of other clubs for how much we promote our athletes and how much we put our athletes forward on social media. Josh does an excellent job with this. There is a guideline here, so after every premier, provincial, and national, we want you to select an MVP for the tournament. That athlete will get a tournament MVP shirt. As well, you're going to take their picture, and they are going to get a little blurb that you write about them up on social media, and they're going to be all smiling on social media for everyone and their family to see. And I strongly encourage you as coaches, we will try, Josh will be all over you a little bit sometimes to try and get pictures or information, but he will only push so hard as he also has a life. And if you don't get it to him, your athletes won't get recognized. You might not think it's a big deal. I'm telling you, to these kids and their families and everyone else that sees our social media, it's huge. Seeing their name go up on a well-established organization's social media and be recognized and praised is a huge thing. And I can tell you firsthand, we get a lot of compliments from other clubs about how we do this.
I was just going to add also, when you fill out that form and you submit it, because it goes to media at Ravens Volleyball Club, I honestly don't check it like once a week. So if you fill out that form and submit it, if you on the WhatsApp coaches thing can just say, hey Josh, submitted a form to you, then I'll go in right away and check it and get busy on it. The other thing is, I got a lot of parents last year like, how come our kid was MVP last week? How come they're not up? And I just have to message them back and be like, well, your coach hasn't sent anything, so that's why. So if you guys get in the habit of just like the day after the tournament, you can send that to me.
Even at that last premiere, take their picture right away.
Assign a parent.
And that's another thing
Parents to
too.
do it.
Have a media person on your team, because this is the other thing. I would love more team pictures. Like the kids love seeing themselves up there, and all the ones that have, even if it's a practice. Larry sent me a picture last year of you doing sitting volleyball after your premiere, and that got a ton of hits. Everyone was like, "That's cool." Like, we've never seen that before, and it just draws more and more traffic to our website, more and more traffic to our club. The kids are prouder to play for our club because they see themselves up there. Other coaches, that are scouting people also recognize that, right? They're going to flip through our social media and look through who were the MVPs, who were the players playing at that club.
These are pictures that we got everyone to send in as much as we could for our awards banquet last night. This is again something that a media person. Last year, I missed out.
Come on. I heard you. I knew what you said. Keep going.
We all know what I meant. And you can see, to the point of having a media person, just take as many silly random photos as you can.
Yeah.
And we'll use these, and I'll put these into a slideshow, and we'll put these up. There's Mr. Shrak and Mullen, they're lovely girls last year. The other girls, take silly pictures, whatever you can. Yep. Be cool, whatever you can, and we'll use all these pictures. So those boys, signed up over there. And we love this stuff. If we get pictures like this, 100%, we'll post this stuff on social media too.
I went to a camp or to an event in Calgary, and I had a referee sitting beside me, and she said to me, "You're with the Ravens. I'm just going to tell you, I'm so pleased what you guys do with your athletes. It's so cool to see what you guys, how you promote them and you showcase them. And she's just a person that goes through everybody's thing, but she was like, you guys really stand out. It's awesome what you guys do."
This is the form for Ravens Louise. So you can see how long and extensive it is. So right here, you just need name the athlete, your name, athlete's number. We'll update this. We got to update this with what teams are all on there. Those are last year's teams. Reason, because they're awesome. And where were you? Were you at Nationals? Were you at a Westlock tournament? What were you doing? We just want to know where you were so we can say, hey, Josh Frick was awesome at this last week's tournament. He hit a ball really hard, and this was awesome. Yeah, Parent that was being really annoying on the team. And then Josh will take that blurb, he'll put it up, he'll put the picture, he'll put the team name. Kids love it. Everybody, not even kids. Everybody loves it.
Like pictures too of like when you're at premieres and tournaments and stuff, when they're just like sitting down having lunch together, when they're running around outside doing something or whatever they're doing, they're with their sisters and brothers and stuff. Get some pictures and just send that off. You can send it using the MVP form. It doesn't have to be for the MVP player. Just use that pathway for me so that it's easy. That was probably the number one complaint I got last year was just how come this team gets posted 5 times and our team's been posted once? Yes. Every time I just had to say that's all I thought.
Yeah. So the onus for this is on you guys. Also, let's get these kids some shirts. They'll wear this stuff to school. They'll wear it around. It's free advertising for the club, and they feel super excited knowing that they accomplished something. You have to tell me what size shirt you need after your premiere. I will not track you down. All you gotta say is, Cody, need 2 medium shirts. And say, all right, I'll show up your practice. I'll bring you some shirts. Away we go. I will definitely. I try and make a habit of getting out to everyone's practices a couple times, hanging out. Obviously, there's some restrictions, but I like seeing all these kids and having fun. So, yeah, let me know what you need. I will do my best to get you that apparel. 7:30. So let's motor through this. What do we got? Tryouts. Who doesn't know what's coming for the month of September for their team? Does everybody know the chaos that's about to come? I'm not looking forward to it. I've tried, Elsie and I have tried to communicate with everyone. She's got the group chats we're all in, signing dates and times and facilities. You guys are doing your thing out there. But you'll follow these rules. To sum it up as quick as I can.
The LOIs aren't open yet.
LOIs are not open yet. No. September 2nd, Volleyball Alberta will release the premier provincial schedule and all relevant season information. U17s and 18s have a 2-week tryout period. In those 2 weeks, they are only allowed to try out on Sunday. U15 and 16 have a 2-week tryout period that overlaps 1 week into the U17 and 18. So that is September the 14th. You will have U15 through U18 running tryouts. On said day, any athlete playing senior varsity, so that is high school senior team, is only allowed to try out on the 14th. That affects you, Brett, and Aaron. That affects you. U13, 14, and 12, and 15, do whatever you want, have a ball, practice as many days you can actually use the 2-week tryout period. Unless in some freak circumstance you have a kid playing high school senior team. It's going to be interesting to see how this works for us in tryouts because it's not going to affect us as much as it will city teams. You get a team like NABC, Newts, Pandas, Fog, they pretty much have to tell those kids they're signing now. And any kid that they drag along for a few tryouts, they can't do that this year. If a kid's getting drugged along, they will know if their spots aren't even filled or not because those other athletes would have been signed. Because they had very, very, very limited time to try out. So U16, 17, and 18, you guys are really taking the brunt of confusion this year. Tryouts will be interesting for U4.
But we're in good shape.
But
we're in good shape.
as a club, LC secured a lot of great time for us. We got time at the Tri-Leisure Center. I think everyone's tryouts are pretty much squared away, so we're in pretty good shape. You will have re-signing days, re-signing dates. If you don't know your re-signing dates, then again, it is on the Volleyball Alberta website. We're going to go down to Premiers and Provincials. You're going to go at the 2025-2026 indoor signing and tryouts right here.
September 2nd, that's the date that we release everything, that's the first re-sign date.
September 2nd is the first date that the hounds get loose. So you can see right here, September 2nd, opportunity to re-sign U17-18. Oh my gosh, it is. And where did they say where they can lose? Yeah, there.
So, those forms, you guys will have the forms printed off for us?
We will not. So,
because if I tell a kid, I don't write that information in there.
We don't have access to the forms yet, though. That's the thing. The forms aren't even released till the second.
But
And you
my
guys
trials
sign
on
in
the
the
second.
second.
You can start pre-signing.
No, I'm not worried about pre-sign. I'm talking about tryouts for that.
Oh,
day.
tryouts. So when you as coaches come in, this 2025 regulations and season planning, right here, there'll be an LOI form. That's where you will print the LOI off to send your team. If you want to print the form off and claim an expense for the forms, that's fine. We can do that. If you want us to print the forms off, we can probably work something out. You can also send it digitally. There is a spot for club president's signature or their designate. I would love to designate people, but let me know if you want me to sign it. I would love to, and we can make it happen. If you want help learning how to do this online with a PDF signature or anything, it makes it easy for me. You and I just have to click a bunch of boxes a bunch of times, rather than actually getting carpal tunnel and writing things out. So
the reason why I'm asking for the form because there's the fee on there, right? What's our fee ranging from $2,000 to $2,500, right? When that kid has that, he's gonna go talk to mom and dad, right? He go tell them we'll print it off to the internet. Well, I mean, does that kid come back? Do we know this way? We kind of got a little rope on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point.
I think it'd be advantageous to have the LOIs in the gym with them.
Yeah, we need them in the gym. We need a hard copy.
Let me tell you what I'm going to do, and then you can do whatever works best with your coaching and administrative style. I will print off my LOIs. I will personally sign them, and I will give them to the kids in a really excited, big smile on my face, seeing them trying to contain their excitement. I will, here you go. We would love to have a spot for you on our team.
I need it back before you leave the gym. I wouldn't let them leave with.
Depends on the age. Depends on the age, yeah. But this is where the forms will be. This is where the forms should be. That's what I'm going to say. If you want any information about what Volleyball Alberta is going to release, so again, this is the Volleyball Alberta homepage with all the links. 9 out of 10 times, if you ask me for something, this is where I am pulling it from. This is where all of the...
That's where it says right there about the development. Right?
Yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked. This is the development coach. Right here is the premier provincial preview, so they'll tell you which weekends they're having premieres. They won't tell you who's in it. And then there's somewhere, I think it was here, they said on the 2nd, everything gets released. Yeah. This club open house is not happening. I won't talk about it.
But that's not our club, that's volleyball over.
Yeah, that's a volleyball over thing. Digress. Okay, so tryouts and re-signing. There is one last thing I want to bring up regarding this. I need your help. I don't want to run everyone's tryouts. I don't want Larry and Elsie to run tryouts with me for your team. I don't want you to have to run your own tryouts. I will love when the other coaches come out and help. We'll put it out in the coaches chat if who's have fully tryouts. At the bare minimum, I request your guys' help that you all pitch in to someone else's tryout for one Sunday. Every team will be having tryouts on a Sunday. If you can just say, hey, I'll go help out with whatever tryouts this Sunday and coordinate that, I will be forever grateful. I will most likely be at the gym doing registrations and signing people in. And I don't feel like running everybody's tryouts. As a coach, I love that some do want to run your own tryouts, but I also know there's an advantage to a coach sitting back and looking at everybody on the floor. So I need your help. I need everybody's help.
Even if you, sorry,
Can we get an updated list of whose tryouts are on what days?
Can we post that in the coaches chat, say a week before each tryout, and say?
well, what I've been doing is I've been just sending to that coach what that information that coach needs. Where you are, what time and stuff. But yeah, I can put it out, I can send the whole thing to everybody, so you all know. But, so yeah, what we need, and you can bring siblings, bring whoever you got that can come and help with registration, because there's going to be 30 athletes or more trying to get in the door at one time. You got to check them off, make sure they're registered, because they've got to have their LOI, or they got to have their sport mobile number. You want to put a number on their leg. You want to write that number on a sheet so you can go in and evaluate. So this number forwarded to this athlete, so you got it. So there's a lot of stuff happens before they actually get in the gym. So if we can have extra hands, it alleviates what you got. Because back in the beginning when I started doing this, I was doing all that and then trying to get in the gym like 25, 30 minutes after this practice was supposed to start. Or trial was supposed to start. So if we could have somebody at the front end, you can be in the gym getting things going, or the other people can be in there helping. There's more hands, make it way easier.
And I love the fact that, a lot of it is mental for these athletes, right? Like, a lot of kids have some really good skill, but they are a pain in the butt to deal with throughout the season. As a coach, you can go in and you can start talking to athletes. If someone else is helping get everything organized and running, you can start talking to athletes. You can start getting a feel of where they're at mentally, who's what, and what they bring to the club. See who approaches you. See who wants to come talk to you as a coach. And that's the advantage of helping other coaches, is that they'll come help you, and you will be able to really dial your team and really select the right athlete for the right position. So that's my plea.
This is a thought. Could some of the pre-signed athletes for that team help them be inside of it?
Yes. Yeah, that's a great idea. They could, even if they just write numbers and they make extra forms, yeah. I encourage all your pre-signed athletes to participate in tryouts, but I think administratively having them help out would actually be a beautiful idea. You get promoted. You get more responsibility for that. Lovely fun. Any other suggestions or questions, comments, concerns about tryouts? September's going to be tough. We'll all lay it out to you guys. September is going to be tough. We will have tryouts done by September 28th.
But here's the thing: we have planned, so we'll be alright. If we fail to plan, we're gonna plan to fail. We're not there. We've planned well. Trust us. It's gonna go smooth. There might be a little bump, but it's not gonna be a headache.
You got it.
We got it.
Just one question before we get the list of everybody signing up for the tryouts.
Yep.
We can set something up and put everybody's stuff out there to say, okay, this is the practice was going here.
Just the names of how many athletes you.
Yeah, oh for sure. That'll all come off the registration.
We'll tell you roughly.
Like I did for you for your camp last week.
Yeah.
I'll give her, yeah,
How many people can the only thing that we don't know, some kids show up last minute, some kids click the wrong box of what they're registering for. The way TeamSnap lays out what team you're registering for, it's not always clear. For some reason it glitches and throws it to the side. But we will get you a pretty close, accurate number of how many athletes should be done.
And we'll try and check birthdays, but make sure those athletes that are in the gym actually can play on your team.
Oh my God, for the love of God, at the start of your tryout say, is anyone born outside this state? And if anybody puts up their hand and say, I need to talk to you off to the side after this. Tell them that they're at the wrong tryout, don't let them try out. We had 2 athletes 2 years ago get picked for the wrong age group of team and it handcuffed in a very severe way. So please double check that. We'll do our best to screen, but people don't always listen. Sometimes they just slip through the cracks and say, yep.
And parents put the wrong birthdays on. You know how many people are born in 2025? What? You can't play if you're an infant.
No, well. It is you, 18. They are you. We got a little bit more to get through, and I just see that I double wrote something here, so that's exciting. Practice and facilities. We're going to give you 2 practices a week as a minimum. We do have Living Waters pretty much every Sunday, and we can get Saturdays now, and some Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're getting a really strong relationship with them, so we can open up more time with them. So barring it works with their schedule. Living Waters does cost us to rent, but we have also budgeted that into our fees. So we're okay there. We will give you 2 sessions a week as a minimum. Please be understanding that we are at the mercy of the schools and the municipalities. They give and they take as they please. Last year we lost Woodhaven for 2 months because they redid the floors. We thought we were good, and they said, we're going to do them again. So I was actually, I think 3 months we lost Woodhaven as a total of 4.
And that was a big loss.
Yeah.
3 gyms in there.
3 gyms.
So we managed.
We try and accommodate everyone. So we'll start taking ideas from people on what days they would like their practices, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Let Elsie know.
Sooner the better.
Sooner the better. Let her know what practice days we will try and work with it and schedule you in. Our gyms range from Graminia to Meridian Heights.
Well, we haven't done those yet.
We will probably range from Graminia to Meridian Heights to St. Thomas to Blueberry. We have no control. We tell the city how many gyms we need, and they say, we'll give you this. And that's how that game works. It's a constant fight for us. We're doing our best. Elsie is doing her best. And we'll try our best. So,
are there any insurance liability issues?
Oh,
Yes. If you find a gym, there's a process that we have to go through with Volleyball Alberta to get the that gym added to the insurance.
Certificate of insurance.
Yeah. It's just time. Yeah, it's just the time involved. It can take anywhere from 2 days to 3 weeks, depending on what's happening in Volleyball Alberta. Is you send it to them, and then they have to send it to Ontario to their insurance company, and then depending on if they see the email, if Julie sees it on a given day, or I had to call her a couple times and say, hey, we're still looking for that insurance for the high school in Stony. So once it's approved, it's good through the end of the year. Till June, end of the season.
Are you going to have Fridays available like last year?
I did not ask for Fridays because last year we spent a ton of time handing everything back. Right? So what I find is there's a lot of people a lot of schools are open on Fridays. I can't add this in right now, but I'll do it, Josh. Jen. So yeah, if we know ahead of time that we want that, I can contact bookings and say, is there a Friday open? Nobody wants them because that's a tournament weekend, everybody's gone, the schools, so they're usually open.
On that note, if you do want additional time, gym, training space, anything, the only way that we will accept The only way that Elsie will accept a change, a request to practice, or an addition is through email. Please email her with any changes because she gets text messages, calls, WhatsApps, emails, 5 different places, and half the time we're talking about where did I see this email, where did this go, I think this person wanted that, I can't remember what this was. If we have it all in one place, we're happy. So please try and use email.
Don't send it to Cody. I'm the only one that's going to change the venue schedule.
Me and Elsie are trying to work on a way that her and I share the same calendar.
But I
She
can
changes
limit
it so
what you
much
can
and I get
do.
so limited access to it that. Last thing I'll touch on practices. This is a note at the bottom in my second practices outline. Open or closed practices. Whatever you choose to do as a coach, I fully support you. There are advantages to both. There are disadvantages to both. Whatever you do, make it clear to your parents what your policy is and how the club acts. If you want to open your practices for the first month and then close them, I will support you. I have your back. The board will have your back. But tell your parents. Otherwise, you will have a parent showing up and you say, oh no, actually I'm closing practice. And if you didn't tell them that, you're going to start off with your very first issue of the year. Please set the expectation. It's, again, there's perks and disadvantages to both ways. Just make it clear what you want. That takes us to the parent-athlete meeting section here. I have found the biggest problem that we've had with every team, every athlete, we're going to have problems, that's okay. The same recurring problem that comes up is centered around expectations. As a coach, if you do not set expectations for your team, to your athletes and to your parents, and expectations of yourself, parents will have one idea of what they're signing up for, you will have a different idea, and your athletes will have 12 ideas. If you're not on the same page, that's when I'm going to start getting calls about what's going on with this team. And I don't want to deal with that. You do not want to deal with that. You do not want me calling you saying, hey, why do I have a parent calling all pissed off on your team saying that you said you guys were going to be maybe a Div 1 team, maybe Div 4, you didn't know, and now they're all pissed off. It's a really difficult struggle conversation to have. Parents are accepting. They will accept what you lay out for them. You are the coach. This is your team. You're the leader. If you think you are only going to have a Division 3 team, even if you want Division 2, tell your parents that. Say, look, I'm anticipating finishing Division 3. Tell them when you're thinking of finishing Division 3, so that when you start in Division 4, that it's okay, that they have to buy into the process. Tell them that you're trying to peak at provincials. That first premier, because you didn't go into Division 1, that they're not crushed. It's a process of a year. This isn't school ball. We are not in here for 3 weeks trying to get as many wins as fast as we can to get a championship. This season is 5 months long. Through BA, it's 5 months long. We can go even longer, but this season will be a journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to have a blast. But set yourself up for success. Let your parents know, especially. So the best way I've found of doing this is when you pick your team, call a parent meeting right away. Find out if your parents want to travel. You might think that parents don't want to pay more money, that they just coughed up $2,000. Your parents might want to go to Arizona. They will put in the work. They might have the money to fundraise. They will pay to take you to Arizona. As a coach, you are entitled to your travel. It's just an example, not actually to take you to Arizona. But you have to set the expectation. It's like the 15 boys going to nationals. They will have to set the expectation with their parents. We are going to nationals. This will be a nationals team, there will be extra costs. We can fundraise. And I tell you, it'll be a lot better than you think it'll be. They will be accepting. They want the world, most of us have kids. You want the world for your kids. And you want to set them up for success. So if parents think that you're doing that, setting them up for success, they'll buy in. But they need to buy into your system. Let them know your system. I like to think that you should communicate to your parents. Once you think you've told them too much, you should communicate that some more. Then when you think you've really told them too much and they know your daily schedule, then tell them some more. Tell them what you're doing that night. You cannot under-communicate to these people. You must tell parents absolutely everything. On that note, watch what you say to them. Don't say, oh yeah, we're going to get into this tournament in Westlock. It's for sure law. Or we're going to Sylvan Lake. Wait till you are 100% confirmed we're going to Sylvan Lake. You can say, hey, I would like to put in to go to some travel tournaments. These are some options. But really communicate to your parents. To do this at the first parent meeting, I would have 3 parent meetings. I would have one at the start when I pick my team. I would have one before my first premier, and then I would probably have one at my first travel tournament. Maybe even I'll have one at the end of the year thanking everyone for all they've done that year. It can be as simple as call your parents in, meet 5 minutes before practice, say, hey, this is what's going on, we're progressing well, the athletes are developing and they're coming along. I think we're really going to be set up for a couple premiers from now. Let them know your plan for the season. As a coach, you have to have that plan though. You have to know what your goal for those athletes is. You can't wing it. You can't say, I don't know, we're going to play this year, whatever happens, happens. Say, we are going to plan to get Division 3 this year. Anything over and above that is a win. That is a bonus for us. Just like, you just say as much as you can to these people. But don't do it alone. So right here we have some job assignments that you can get from your volunteers. Get a team manager. Have someone put all your practices into Team Snap for you. Have someone schedule your hotels for you. Delegate, 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 way better than I do. Get a there we go. Get a team media person. Find someone to post on social media for you. These parents love it. They get to sit there and make a team Instagram account and post pictures of their kid and all their friends having fun. They're going to be all over it. Find someone that wants to do that. Someone who's tech savvy, I guarantee if you ask your parent meeting, someone will volunteer. Get a first aid person. This is probably the second most important behind a manager. If a kid gets kicked in the face with a volleyball and they're wearing braces and their gums start bleeding everywhere, as a coach, you feel for them, but you got 5 other athletes plus another sub you have to get onto the court. You cannot take that kid to the bathroom and clean them up. Find a parent to say, hey, if there is an emergency or if there's a kid that needs first aid, go. You could assign an assistant coach, but your assistant coaches are very valuable. And just like you're going to delegate some responsibilities to them so you can focus on your aspect of your coaching strategy, you need them on the bench with you. So find a parent. They want to volunteer. They want to be involved. They want to help. Don't feel bad. They probably feel bad that you guys are dedicating all this, guys and females are dedicating so much time to coaching, but we all love it. I love going to practice as an escape to get away, so it might always be what it appears. Just delegate them some jobs. If you think you need someone on your team to pick up balls after practice and you need a volunteer to do that, ask for a parent to do it. Whatever you need as a coach, but get some help and lay out those expectations to them. Tell them about the Alias reporting system. This is the SaySport reporting through Volleyball Alberta. I click on this link in your coaches package and this is what it takes me. If there's any complaints, when your parents want to say that you're mistreating their kids and they think you're breaching conduct or anything, this is an outlet they can have. You can refer them to this. If you have a complaint with me. I would please appreciate that you bring it to me, but you can also go through here. If you think I'm conducting myself in an unprofessional manner, you can go here. Except for John.
This is also on our website under the parent portal.
100%.
So they can just go right to our website, click on that logo, and it'll be.
Yes. And it also puts it in perspective for them. It might take their little grievance and they might think, oh wait, this is a pretty formal thing. It might calm them down.
What's the, how does that come back to us?
Volleyball Alberta calls us.
Volleyball.
You guys are asking directly.
Volleyball Alberta will come to me, depending on the complaint. If it's a conduct issue that, there's two types of conduct. If there is a conduct of law breaking, if someone comes forward with a complaint that their child has been touched in an inappropriate way, that will be handled legally. If there is a complaint that some lady in the gym, I'm not conducting myself, and I told a kid something bad and it broke down their confidence, Volleyball Alberta will come down to me. So there's the legal avenue of complaints, and there is the club operation avenue of complaints. If you think you have an issue on your team, please come forward to me. Tell me, as bad as it may be, say, hey, just a heads up, VA might be contacting you because a parent on my team is pretty upset. I'll say, okay. Then VA comes down to me and they send and say, hey, we got complaints that one of your coaches was conducting themselves in an inappropriate way and making girls cry or boys cry. I'll say, thank you for letting me know. I have found out about this. I have talked to that coach and that family and our director of operations. We have handled it. VA says, thank you. They go and deal with other stuff. And yes, that is good case scenario, but it all gets funneled back down to me. So if you tell me what's going on and keep me in the loop, I will be able to help you. VA typically won't just remove you as a coach if there's a conduct issue. A lot of parents think, I'm going to go to VA and VA is going to strip you of your coaching title and you're going to get removed and all. It doesn't happen. We had conduct issues with a coach last year that had issues with members of the board in Volleyball Alberta, had issues with other club presidents, had issues with referees of Volleyball Alberta, and Volleyball Alberta directed every single one to me. So, in the end, I removed the coach. Volleyball Alberta had no say in it. They just provided me all the information about what was going on.
And the same thing, if you're not safe, if you're finding that parents are coming and putting you at risk, make sure we know that.
Yep.
You should have a parent.
Yeah, report a parent.
Report a parent. Then the other clubs will know about it too.
And that's something you can set at, like, part of the things at your meeting. You know, you're set the 72-hour rule on the weekend. You know, we don't talk about playing time until 24 hours or 48 hours after. You know, those sort of things. You don't want to be having, you know, between Saturday and Sunday, you don't want to be dealing with playing time while you still have another day to go. Like I got accosted by a parent, and it was like, okay, that's enough of that.
These parents will get ramped up. They will get revved. We had a team last year where a parent threatened to fight a coach outside of nationals. Physically assault her. Yeah, it happens, and it is readily apparent. Just keep it cool. Make sure they know about the 24-hour rule. Give it 24 hours, everyone cools off, then we come at it with a logical discussion. I ask that you solve everything at the lowest possible level. What I mean by that is picture me as the top level, picture yourselves below me, and put your parents and your athletes below there. Have your athletes try and solve problems between themselves. Have a parent come to you. Just as you don't want me coming to you and saying, what the hell's going on your teams? Why am I getting complaints from 5 parents? And you're going, I thought everyone was happy. I didn't even know about this. You would feel blindsided and you would feel a lot of mistrust. Let your athletes know to come to you. Let them know to approach you. Your parents should approach you. You should be the first link. You don't want me coming at you because if something comes to my attention, I I will put the needs of the athletes and the needs of the club first. I will do my best to protect you and be on your side, but at the end of the day, I have to do what is in the best interest of the club and the safety of everybody, and that's what I will do. So,
I think also, like, I did this year, something different, but I told all my parents, if you have an issue, bring it to me right away. Like, obviously, 48-hour rule, but one thing I didn't find out until the end of last year was the best player on my team never started a single game.
Yeah, things that you forget.
Somehow, two coaches, we didn't catch that. She played the most sets, but she never started a game. So,
and it's
I wish that would have come to me and said, like, hey, is there any chance of this or that or whatever kind of thing.
You also have to get your athletes to encourage them to approach you.
100%.
They're coming to the age where they have to go for themselves.
Yeah. We're all dealing with pretty much teenagers. You might have a couple tweens on the team. The U12 team will have 11 and 10-year-olds, but yeah, I found out from one of my athletes that she wanted more leadership on the role on my team, and I would have 100% given it to her, but I didn't empower her enough to bring a question for me, and I need to do better at that. And that's something I encourage all you to do. You want to have a good relationship with your athletes. You want to treat them with respect, and you want them to respect you. So create that pathway for communication, and it'll really benefit your team. I don't have it in here. Again, this is something I need to remember. 24-hour rule. What it is it's because it's not part of this. Give 24 hours, 48 hours.
1 week.
Give the one season rule to your athletes. If there's any issues, 24, I think it's 24.
I think it's 24.
Call it 48 hours. Give time for everyone to cool off. Let your parents know that there's a time for relaxing after an incident. A lot of parents, a common one is they'll notice that a premier, their athlete will play Saturday, but then you're going to put in more so your top players on the Sunday and rely on them to carry you through to a medal. You think you're doing it for the team, it will add up and it will itch at these people, and they'll want to come sidetrack you in the middle of the premier. If they notice it at Premier 1, they'll try and pull you into Premier 2, say, hey, why isn't my athlete playing? And you're trying to focus on your team. Let them know, hey, you should bring this up to me 24 hours after the first time. I can tell you why your kid doesn't play on Sunday. Because he sets with the back of his hands, or whatever it may be, right? But encourage encourage communication, but encourage a break in communication until everyone's cooled down. Rule of 2, protect yourself. You don't want to think that there are people out there that would say you did something inappropriate to an athlete. I trust you all would not do that, but nobody wants to get accused of that. And if it comes down to it, if there is an athlete accusing you of doing something inappropriate and being unprofessional and with misconduct, the athlete will win. So protect yourselves. You can have one-on-one conversations with an athlete. Have another person within earshot. Someone needs to be close, and you need to protect yourselves. Cannot stress it enough. It would kill me to see somebody in here be accused of something they didn't do. And it's unnecessary. People have done things for very evil reasons. Someone might want to get back at you for not playing enough, or they don't like the way you coach, and they will find a way to ruin your life if they could. I hate to think that there's people out there that would do that, but we have all met people. Some people suck. Okay. I'm not saying anybody in here would do that. We've vetted everybody thoroughly, but yeah, please protect yourselves. Again, I will support you in any capacity that I can, but if I have an athlete telling me that you touched them or did something inappropriate, I have to side with safety of the athletes. I have to make sure everybody is safe and taken care of. So please protect yourself. That's pretty much all I have on this document. We're at 8 o'clock, so I'm going to try and round this out, so I don't want anyone getting brain dead. My throat's getting dry. Premier provincial mileage has been changed so that we are going flat rates to cities. We have upped the per diems from $90 per tournament to $120 per tournament. Questions, comments, feedback, open forum, anything anybody wants to bring forward, anything they don't understand. I will read my notes really quick to see if there's anything I missed. Other than that, I'm pretty happy. Thanks, everybody.
I just wanted to ask, you mentioned a few times about fundraising.
Yes. So,
what did we learn about that?
we have set up 2 athletes from Josh's team, actually. Their parents. Two parents. They could be athletes in the crime. So there'll be a fundraising at ravensvolleyballclub.com link. You can email that link. So if you want to do fundraising for your team, say you want to do a bunch of extra tournaments, you want to cover travel, or you want to go somewhere. Like I said, if kids want to travel, go to Cologne or something. You can fundraise, and what you can do is you can email these wonderful ladies, Maggie and Erin, and they will be a central point. So they can say, hey, why don't you do a bottle drive? We have no other teams that have requested to do a bottle drive this weekend, and they will say, why don't you do one this weekend, and try and stick to Stony Plain. You can also say Josh goes in, like you can also message them, and they say, hey, you can also do a bottle drive, well, why don't you go to Spruce Grove? And this will help maximize the amount of funds that each team can raise. I said it once, Brickhouse is an amazing fundraiser. Trevor would love to send your kids to the water park. I think he sent them to the water park. Yeah, you can send your kids to the water park if you make him enough money. So, yeah, there are lots of fundraising opportunities. We're working with AGLC to help do casino fundraisers. And we strongly encourage you to do some fundraising for your team. At the end of the year, if you do fundraise or you can run tournaments. That's what I missed. You can run a tournament as a fundraiser for your team. Tournaments generate a lot of money. You can charge $400, bring 8 teams in. That's $3,200 that you can raise for your team in a weekend, and your kids get touches.
But you get paid for your venue.
But there are lots of costs that come for a tournament. There are referee costs. There are gym time costs. As a not-for-profit, we get gym time during the week. On weekend, we're paying. I think it's what, $800 a day. It is a lot of money. So you could raise a couple $1,000s from the tournament, though, and that money goes along. And say you want to buy the kids, we will provide all your apparel. So we're going to provide a hoodie, a T-shirt, and sweatpants. If you want to put their custom names on everything, you can 100% do that. It's like $7 per name. You can fundraise, and you can get them all some custom apparel if you want, even unique to your team. So we will. We're in the process of finalizing the fundraising, but fundraising at ravensvolleyballclub.com will.
Remember that anything you do as far as raffles and or things like that, we have an AGLC number, so we can put that on your raffle tickets and stuff like that, right? So we've got some stuff in place to get already started, so you just gotta let us know what your idea is, and then go with it.
Yeah, if you want to run a raffle through, like I said, we have the number. We have to know what the money's going. We have to know what the money's going towards. Yeah.
AGLC will have to.
AGLC will have tons of money about how the money is being spent, but we will be able to fill that all in with your help, and yeah, we can help raise a ton of money for your team.
And can you use the funds to lower the cost of the kids to play?
The timing would be difficult because we are going to have the season fees solidified probably in October, and the fee, your fundraising won't really have taken off. In saying that, if your team raises a bunch of money, you can use it. I think you guys did it last year. Sean's team did it.
There was Greg Bellingson's did it.
But you can give kickback fees. Say, hey, we raised a bunch. We have $3,000 left over at the end of the year. We have 30 athletes on our team. Everyone gets $100.
What
I don't
about
have that math right there. You get the point.
What about like corporate sponsored parent
Yeah.
wants to donate to their company? Can that be allocated to just that
team,
or does it have to?
No.
Yeah, so there's 2 options. So we're working on the levels of sponsorship. We haven't quite finalized the levels of sponsorship, and we're still working on the that's definitely. If they just want to sponsor an individual team and put their logo on their apparel, we're working on getting banners made up. They're the banners, you roll them up, you put a bar in the back, and it has the team name, you can list all the athletes on it. There are some requirements, I think, by VA of what you can have on a banner court size.
We talked about getting something that could even just be like magnetic or Velcroed onto your whole bag.
Yeah.
And then as you go into the gym, your advertisements for who's donated will be on your whole bag.
But
And
you
it's
can
just
change
the
the
dimensions of it.
whatever whether it's saying they want to donate to the team, whatever, you can 100% put that towards the team. If they want to advertise on a bigger scale, put it on Club Light Apparel. Most definitely an option.
Yeah. I collected everybody's emails and phone numbers, hopefully they're legible and I can read them. We communicate through WhatsApp. So we've got WhatsApp set up for coaches that we will send out a message and we'll go to all of you at one time. Just makes it easier, it's quicker.
I don't like email chains, that's my issue.
And that goes to head coach and assistant coach, right?
Oh, yes.
I don't know if it did last year, did it go to
I don't know, I think
It
you need
goes
that.
to whoever-
It's like it's
just
like
sign-
calls
sign
and
up.
or something.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
You hit by the bus and I don't show up for Monday's practice.
We have our lovely gentleman with the red sunglasses trying to go on vacation, Larry Matthews. He is our technical director for the club. Just as I said, I will try and get out to all your practices. We pay Larry to get out to your practices as well. Do you want to talk about what you are going to do going to everyone's practices and how you envision your role with every team?
I'm going to pop in everybody's practice at least twice this year. Last year was a little short because I had other commitments to go. I want to come in. I want to see a practice plan written down, not on your phone. I want to see something, not on a grocery list, in a book or something, so that I can take a look at it and see what you're doing that night. And it's for your assistant coach too, right? If you just have any film when you talk, well, Colin doesn't know what the hell's going on tonight, right? You just wait for the next bill to pop up. If there's a book there and it's sitting out open, Colin can look at it, or I can take a look at it and see what you're working on. I want to talk to some of the athletes, or probably the whole team, and see how they're enjoying this season, how you guys are, as coaches, how they are looking at you. And when I sit with the kids, and I can kind of tell if somebody doesn't want to say something, I might just take that kid aside and say, hey, what's up? And they might say, well, Coach Colin just doesn't like my shoes and keeps picking on me, so can you go talk to him about it? So I might have to go talk to Colin about quit picking on his shoes. Or maybe it might be a little bit of playing time, or maybe that player is not getting, they're not feeling it developing enough. Maybe I can help talk with that, and then talk to the coach and say, hey, little Johnny there needs a little help with a little bit more time on passing. Can you set a little bit more time the next 3 passes, the first 6 minutes, just somebody working with him and help him out there. Again, I'll talk to the coaches and see how they're doing. Walk around and just kind of see how practice is run, so that there is a structure to it.
And you're there, any coaches need to tweaking a little bit of their practice plan, their drills, or if they need some help on certain drills?
If I do see something going on, then maybe we're not, if there's something they're setting or something, I'll help out there. I'm not going to come in and say, well, your practice is garbage and you write it and start over again. I'm there to help you find out what's going on. Making your life a little easier so that when you guys move up with your teams, you understand what goes on. Because I've been through the whole system a few times, and I know it's tough coming in, being a green coach and wondering what's going on and want some help. I'm there. So, my background in volleyball, I played for the Paralympic team for 25 years. I did coach the national sitting team for a few years. I worked at NAIT, men's team, Olds men's team, and Grand Prairie women's team coaching. So I've been with Ravens since 1999, off and on, all the way through. So I've been bounced into Nukes for a while too. I've got 2 kids come through the program, and both played college volleyball and finished for 5 years. There's lots of volleyball in my background, and yes, I'm married to Elsie, and lots of volleyball with her. She's done her level 2 coaching and refereeing. And so yeah, that's all that's in our house is volleyball. So when I leave the house, it's volleyball. Come back to the house, it's volleyball. I'm here to help out.
We're trying to use Larry to help with consistency in the club as well, but we're not trying to change the coaching style. If we can get consistency when athletes inevitably go from one coach to another, they'll feel some sort of good transition. So we're not trying to take over the way you coach. It's just ideas to help improve your experience.
Make sure we're challenging those athletes.
Can you evaluate people to get their certification?
Yeah, 10 years ago I could. And when they took
But
that away.
Volleyball Alberta wants him to be at his level in training, so he could do that, but he hasn't done it. So Ryan, make him do it.
Well, that's the first I ever heard of that one.
No, I told you 2 years ago, playing what you done.
Oh, really? Wow. Jeez, Christ.
One last little
See, it's in the house. It's in the house.
Yeah. Some expectations that I have for the club, some things that I'll make you successful. Make sure you got lots of lineup sheets. Go to Premier's Provincials, steal a couple lineup books, write down stickers.
Don't do that. That's sad. No one does that.
That was the worst at nationals. Do not do that as a coach.
Yeah, don't do that.
You can take one.
Track all of your lineups. Get a little book, something like. I'm sure I have one. Get a little book like this. In there, every lineup of every game you have should be in here, so that when a parent comes at you and says they don't think their kid is playing as much as the other kids, you can go. That's what I have.
And that being said, that book is important too. Your assistant coach has got to kind of mark who's in, who's out, who's coming, so that you can't just have that one lineup and you don't do any changes on there, well, that's going to bite you.
Yeah.
So the assistant coach is sitting there doing stuff, they got to do some work, right? You're busy trying to coach what's on the floor, they got to be paying attention what's going on here.
Yes. Track your lineup sheets, keep them. Even if you have the lineup cards, if you don't have the book, keep every lineup card you've made for the year. Exhibition tournaments, premiers, provincials, national. Keep everything until you hand your backpack to me at the end of the year.
For those of you who are not database, really good volleyball stat apps out there, and it tracks every player, every point they played. So if you want to keep every piece of paper, get a good app, and an app will track every single point that happens, and you know exactly it's super easy.
What does Bo use? Volley Stat is an iOS app. It tracks the pace of everything. It's useless at U13, but it's good everywhere else.
What the good ones cost?
Money?
There's lots of free ones out there.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
There are a lot of good free ones out there. So,
And if we have some names of some good free ones, that'd be great.
yeah, I can chat.
So we'll update this when we get the Premier's provincial schedule. There's courses online again. Has all this information out there for you on our website. One thing I want to bring to your attention is there's a couple forums on here. So I went to About Us and the Ravens volleyball site, coaching staff quick links. There's this return to play form. That's a big one if there's a concussion. The one I really like is this medical information form. Get every one of your athletes to fill this out with their parents and get this back to them. Keep it duo-10 with your ball bag all season long, so that if an athlete gets a really serious injury at practice, or if something happens, you know everything. You know their doctor. If they have to get carted off on a 911 call to an ambulance, and the parents are out doing whatever they do whenever there's practices, you can give this to the first aiders, and they can deal with them. And it has everything on here that they need to know. Allergies, tetanus, say they take a nail through the foot at practice. You know, I don't know what kind of gyms we're in, but you'll find out some of your kids are deathly allergic to a lot of things. Makes ordering food when you go away a lot easier. So that is definitely one place I would advise you. Browse around our website. There's a ton of valuable information here. Everyone's going to sign the concussion protocol sheet on their, when they sign up for Team Snap with the team fees. But really make sure everyone understands the concussion protocol term to play. A lot of us just click, I accept, and don't read it. I would encourage you to talk to your athletes again because they're going to get a concussion. You're going to say, no, I'm good, but they have to be clear to get back in. Parkland Rehabilitation can assess them. They cannot clear them. Only certain clinics have it. Be aware of it.
Bo has already said something in the group chat about the apps.
Yes, Bo has a great one he uses. If you use last, I swear this is last. If you're coaching your kid, be aware that that will put a big old target on your back, and parents will love to use anything they can against you, especially if your kid's getting playing time over their kid who's in the same position. U16 is not fair play. U15 fair play changes to after 15 points. So be aware. U16 Brett, you're going to have fun. Josh, same thing. A lot of parents and good teams will come forward. No, Dan, yeah. You think everyone's going to be cooperative, but it'll come to laying it out to the parents. Hey, this is not a fair play year. If your kid's not coming to practices, they won't play. There are consequences. Make
And
sure.
having those documented sheets that you, or apps that you know what the kid is playing is going to help you when the parent comes out.
That first to 15 points, or is it your team has to get to 15 points?
First to 15.
Any team with 15 points.
Yeah. Then you can sub your game. So say you got a kid going in, cancer, the other team's got 15 to 3, you can start subbing it. It's all legal. Don't yell at the refs. You get mad at the refs. Don't yell at the refs. I will get notified about it. Just don't yell at the refs.
It's not going to get you anywhere. Like, if anything, it just hurts.
And so if you yell at the refs, and if you get a red or a yellow card, I will find out about it. VA will let me know that there was an issue with you at premiers, and I will approach you about it. So if you get a card, just let me know. Because if you do yell at refs, there might be certain circumstances where they probably deserved it.
Never.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, you're a role model for these athletes, right? You're playing a huge role in their life, and one of the most rewarding things is when they come up to you in a few years and say, oh my gosh, that year you coached me was the best year of my life. I want to play for you again. I had so much fun, or you helped me grow so much. You are a massive, massive role model to these athletes. If you're a man coaching a women's team, a woman coaching a men's team, whatever it is, you will be a role model, and they will pick apart any good qualities and some bad that you have. So have fun. Be a positive example for these kids.
I was going to add also, when your kids are doing the flags, I recommend you put one of your parents over by that child. We had several times last year where the other team's parents would start chirping our kid that was doing flags, and that kid would break down crying, and it would ruin the rest of the day for that athlete. So at least if you have one athlete by that flag person, one parent by the flag person,
That's a great idea.
And lots of the time they're not close to the other team's bench, but if they are, throw one of your parents just over there so they can shut it down right away.
That's a great idea.
Very immature parents. We had one where almost got completely out of hand.
Oh yeah, there's some awesome parents out there.
Yeah. It was never our parents that were other teams.
Not to your athletes, maybe the other athletes.
I just couldn't believe it. It's like, this is U14 volleyball. What are you doing?
I have nothing else for you guys. I've talked a lot. I'm good. If anything else anybody wants, or take a, you want pictures of anybody?
It would be better if we were wearing Ravens.
We could do it the October night. We're going to try and get bios and information about our coaches. Was trying to sell you guys as much as we can too. So, yeah. If anybody needs a coach or an assistant, like I said, we got some fantastic people here. Who is in need? You're in need. Are you in need?
We talked about this.
Yeah, but then she said
I
something.
thought you and I talked. I know, but you could confirm. So I'm
You didn't say your LOL.
Yes.
I'm waiting for a better one. No,
Yeah.
just kidding. Just
Okay,
kidding.
so
Just
Lori
kidding.
might need help with these 14 women. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Not you. Kevin, are you okay with coaches?
Do you want it? So, but I gotta double check. I know I got your email about Jordan and Trick.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna, I'll confirm that the next interview. Because they said, kind of said yes, but it was kind of not really a yes.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Are you 14 men? Definitely, probably would need some help as well. He goes week on, week off roughly, so we'll see. That would be more of a bigger role. Who else? Brett, how are you? You good or?
No.
You're not good? Okay, so you 16 women. Brett. You with Megan and Aiden possibly.
Yeah, Megan said she was interested.
You 16 men. For Josh.
Wait, then you've got Keenan too, right?
Yeah, Keenan is 18. 18 now? Yeah, so he's a little close to them, but 14 men might be good. I don't know, Jamie, how you're doing with assistants?
Yeah, so far so good.
You're good, okay. Yeah, we have a lot of help, we have a lot of expertise, so if anybody needs anything.
He might not be able to take it to everything because he's going to school at the same time as well.
Oh, yeah.
So there's,
You 15 women?
yeah.
Hey, you guys can all fight over them too, and Keenan and.
Well, and then we've also got Megan Long where we've not doing it.
Well, we can just set up like a little ring in the middle here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coaches and me have to sell yourself. This is where you have to make it so that they want to be with you. This is the team I want
There
to
you
see.
go. We'll do a debrief at the end of the year again. I encourage you guys all like this to come out and let me buy you dinner. Tell me what I can do better as president and what we can do better as a board and how we can make this more successful. So any notes you have this year of stuff that did not work, let us know. If you have any problems with me, please, I think I'm pretty approachable. Don't feel like you're bothering me. I would love to know what's going on with my club. This is my life. I love it. I do it way too much. I know pretty much every athlete in this program right now, and I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, I could have some. I'm not so much with all the boys. I know a lot of the older boys. I don't know which ones.
So, just something that's come up over the summer, and I know it's early, this is crazy, but this is how things happen fast. Look at your schedule for next summer, and let us start planning camps and stuff for you next summer already, because we can't just be putting camps in a week beforehand and expecting athletes to register and get enrolled and get going. We need to plan our summer now so that we have it ready to go.
We found we want to all run these camps and it's all good, but these parents plan their camps months in advance. And when we try and run these last minute camps, we just can't fill them. As much as the kids want, they just, I want to go, but I'm camping, or this and that. Parents will plan their summers around camps.
And they've only got X number of dollars to put into camp. So if we know ahead of time, and they're looking at the calendar going, well, I can go this one or this one or this one, we're on there. They're going to select it. Right? So we've got to look at your schedules and let us know early so we can advertise it early. So by January, I want camps filled up.
Any administrative questions or anything, reach out to me, reach out to Elsie, reach out to Sean. He might be able to do something. Maybe. Yeah, let me know. I'm here to help. I just want to make everyone successful so I can go and I can see these kids at practices and we can just laugh and have a blast. I think we're going to try and do these bag tags again. I think.
Yes, they were awesome.
Yeah, I think we're going to do these again for every athlete, personalized and coach. Keep yours. When you get one, you can keep it. So it's not at my house. I should have brought it to you. We're not going to do backpacks this year. We're working on, I don't think we talked about this. Yeah,
we said we were gonna.
I thought we were going to do something else.
Okay.
Does anybody have any ideas on what we can do besides backpacks for the kids? How about that? We can do maybe socks. We can do
hats or toques.
Hats. We will open the Ravens store in November-ish.
With hats.
With hats.
Lori wants 4.
Yeah.
So if you go to the embroidery place in West Edmonton Mall, they have our logo there. You can make whatever you want.
Really?
Wasn't there somebody in Swiss
saying, I gotta
Can I bring them like blank hats then?
Yeah, you can pick whatever hat you want. My kid's got like what's that?
My Jay's palace?
Yeah. Yeah, just off the side there.
Yeah, my cookies by George.
No, it's off to the left. That's.
He's gonna get.
Can you send that
Is
out
that
on
the guy
the
that
chat?
did the hats for and he said,
something needs to quick is
Wicked City is good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can look into that for sure. Gibbets. We need to look into gibbets for Crocs.
If we're not going to do backpacks,
No, I know. What the Crocs are.
Yep.
You got it.
Well, we'll talk about this at our next board meeting then, because I thought we were doing something other than that.
Well, I thought we were going to do backpacks and then something else.
Oh, I thought we were just doing something else. So.
Go back to the minutes, read the minutes.
I'm pro backpack because multi-backpacks look like shit.
What about like a duffel bag? We could do duffel bag style.
Any kind of bag is fine.
Some sort of bag. I will open the store. As coaches, spend my money. Go in there, order some stuff for yourself, order a hoodie, order a collared shirt.
I think you've got a budget of like 150 or something.
I don't know the exact numbers, I'll tell you. I don't know how much stuff costs. Order a couple items. Don't feel bad. Get yourself decked out with some cool stuff.
What's your Raven attire?
I have hats. And they fit really weird. You get a really goofy head. But
You sure it's not yourself?
no, it's not just my head. It might be just my head, but yeah, go on there, order some apparel. We'll open up the clothing store for parents. We're gonna try and do custom orders. We gotta find someone who can make it consistent to it.
We got a guy that does hats over here. Out of the meat shop.
Out of the meat shop.
The weed shop.
Out of the meat shop.
The meat shop. Yeah, so I'm open to suggestions. So if you guys think, hey, this would be really cool. Are you guys all in the group chats, the coaches?
I didn't know what's happening.
The WhatsApp coaches 25.
Are you in the WhatsApp chat? Or are you just in the email one?
No, I'm in the WhatsApp.
I just looked at that. I'm on the
maybe make sure.
I'm not in the WhatsApp yet.
I did message it.
Okay, I'll double check and make sure. I've got everybody to stuff now.
Yeah. So
19.
one more thing. Awards for end of year. Like for U18, I always do up plaques, and I was just wondering, as coaches, do you want? I can't do every player. Okay, because that's a ton of plaque. But is it something that we want to get behind? Doing a top 3 players of the year kind of thing, right? Most valuable, most improved, and whatever else for 3 players at the end of the year at awards night.
Last year we did that gift certificate.
We did I loved last year when we did the athlete voted thing. Yeah. Because then when someone won, everyone was just pumped, right? Because they all had eventually voted for the athlete. We could do a couple of those where they vote for a couple athletes or something along those lines. But yeah.
No, I just want to know if everybody's like, if I'm going to do plaques or something like that, instead of just the U18 kind of thing, getting that, if we want to get on board with a certain amount kind of thing, right? Or coaches or whatever. I just basically need names and I can do those up ahead of time, right? So
we should start planning. We'll start planning the awards banquet in October. So
take pictures, send ideas,
and show up.
Bring your team.
We have an email.
He's looking for a hat.
Henry's Volleyball Club. You can send all your stuff from the year to that email. I gotta add that in. Memories at Ravens Volleyball Club. Any team photos with them all sitting around painting their nails, whatever that you want shown at the awards show, send your parents to send everything in, and somebody will go through it and make a video and use his computer. Yes?
I would like to just finish by saying thank you. Thank you to all of you for what you do. For the sport, for these athletes, for our club. It's because of you that we're here, so good on you.
It doesn't always feel like it, but this club has been around for 29 years this year. We have a very successful club, a very successful program. There are some losses we take, and we always want to try and do better. We are doing things right, and we're doing a lot of good here, so thank you, yeah. Thanks for contributing to the fund.
Well, as a fairly new coach and new to the game, I appreciate the support of you guys. I use it a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Help me help you.
Chelsea's highlighters, but actually put you down.
Oh, right, yeah. No, I'm just, I got everything cut.
Oh, yeah?
I just need to put piano hinges and everything on for all the hinges, and then they'll be good to go. So, so I got them done here this weekend.
Email me before you start your car. Send me your email.
Okay, I'll send you your email.
Otherwise, I'll forget.